Everyone, welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Hey!
What is an impromptu podcast?
This is not the set. It got wider.
We are on set for a Rooster Teeth production, and we wrapped our production, then immediately began setting up for the podcast. I think we finished setup about 2 minutes ago.
We really did.
We did.
We finished 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, no.
Brandon was over here. He goes, "Move! Just clear the fuck out of my way." And then he immediately followed with, "I love you."
Yeah.
Who said I love
No,
you?
it was Adam.
I didn't
Everyone
know what
loves
was going
Adam.
on. I just landed back from England, and all of a sudden Gus emails me saying, "Oh, the podcast's in a different town this week." I was like, "What?"
No. I want to clarify. Not everybody loves Adam, but we all know to immediately apologize to Adam if we've offended him because he's the biggest dude in the office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also the guy in control of all of our technology. So if anything breaks
Right.
or you need something to work, I guess it's the same thing.
Because then he'll turn off your email and you'll be, "Adam, I need help with the email."
Yeah.
Be right in there. Here I come.
That used to be me, and now
Yeah.
now nobody's nice to me anymore.
No.
Kyle, throw me that little rag that I threw at Gus. I
I
want that
want
little
to.
one.
I want to wrestle Adam. How do you think that would go?
Oh God, I would love to see. How much money would we have? All right, Adam
okay.
said yes.
He was way too keen.
How much money would it take? We've discussed this before because we talked about. You said if you got a Phantom camera, which is the camera you shoot the slow-mo guys on.
Yeah.
If you got a Phantom camera in the States, I've had a few already. I
I know,
apologize.
he sounds so excited. Everybody's like, we're shot out of a cannon.
Calm down.
Take a deep breath. Zen moment.
No, because what I'm about to tell you about is why I'm so excited. You said you would give me permission to punch you in the face with a boxing glove.
Yeah.
If we could film it in slow-mo.
Gavin.
I will do anything if I get footage out
You will
of
do
it.
anything if you get footage out of it.
Well, there you go.
Also, I've never seen a guy get wet over an idea more than Jack did about punching me in the face.
Dude,
You got wet over this?
I guess so. I don't know if he was looking at my crotch or something, but.
He was secreting
It's
something.
a little man wet.
A little
pre-wet.
dirty word.
It was
Okay.
We've been out here for a couple days now.
Yeah, we
on
explain
location.
where we are.
We're in San Marcos on location for an upcoming Rooster Teeth production that is not yet released. And we've been shooting out here for several days. We just wrapped up today. And we've been shooting in the beautiful Texas Music Theater in San Marcos.
And San Marcos is just south of Austin,
Yeah.
for those of you not in the Austin
It had been.
area.
This is actually a little bit of Gus history. San Marcos is where I went to math camp. I went to math camp right up the road here at
Southwest Texas at the
Yeah.
time?
Well, actually, we are sitting about a block from the place where you and Jeff and I all worked together
Oh, really?
for years and years. Yeah,
I know.
so-
I never.
It's like right down the block over here.
Yeah.
You know, I never went to the Buda office. I know we're not in Buda right now, but I never went to that other office. Or like, I haven't seen this area.
office.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's Austin, then just barely south of Austin is Buda, and a little bit further south is San Marcos. You have to say it the right way.
San Marcos.
San Marcos.
San Marcos. People spell it with a U, it's with an O. And this is actually where Texas State University is. I just learned Texas State's like 40,000 people now.
Yeah, it's
That's where
huge.
all the fitties go, right?
They're all super hot. I mean, I like Austin a lot, but San Marcos is a much prettier city overall, I have to admit.
Griffin
Really?
once drove me through the campus, and it was thumbs up from me.
Thumbs
Just
up.
yeah, just
Now, have you walked?
Dicks up.
But have you walked to
Everything
UT
up.
though? Have you walked to the University of Texas?
yeah, but isn't that where the smarter people go?
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
the problem.
Smarter people tend not to be, they tend to be more clothed.
I remember. So when I
Is
was
that a good way to say that?
Yeah.
No, I remember when I was a freshman and I was on campus and I was walking past the South Mall, which is like this big lawn, and there were literally two girls in bikinis sunning on the lawn. I was like, I'm gonna love college. This
like
is wonderful.
basking.
It was amazing.
There is
Raising
literally
their body temperature.
a hill right around the corner from here that if you drive through here on a sunny day, San Marcos will be your favorite place in the entire
Really?
universe. Yeah.
All right.
It
Do
Well,
you think there are
there's
more
tubing down
traffic
here, too.
accidents in places where there are attractive people just walking the streets, like just people just, like veering into
I wonder
stuff?
about that sometimes. Like,
Yes.
I
like-
have.
well, like,
I've
I
been in
wonder.
the car with Jeff where he's driving like this, and I don't know how he's staying on the road.
I wonder how many, like, if like a really attractive woman. I wonder if she like keeps track of how many traffic accidents that she's
Or
caused.
how many?
Or
Or
does she know? Because from her perspective, car accidents just happen all the time. Because wherever she is, there's just a bunch of car
Yeah, right.
accidents. She's like, people are fucking shitty drivers.
Well, that's like your theory on the hot women having sex thing, right? How
Right.
they think all sex lasts 15 seconds.
Exactly right. They don't
It
know.
doesn't.
They don't know. But like,
Shut
I mean, 'cause
up.
like Kate Upton. Kate Upton must think that sex lasts about 15
Don't
to
bring
30
up
seconds.
Kate Upton around Jack. He will
I love
talk.
Kate
That's
Upton.
it.
No, he
I
gets
love-
creepy.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Well, anything involving a
Creepier
woman.
than this?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Did I
You
tell
were
you
talking about
about?
secretions earlier.
Oh, before we go much
That,
further,
that terrifies me that I said secretions and
No.
you were reminded of something.
I was just trying to think. We have to talk about this. So Disney bought Lucasfilm today
Jesus Christ,
for 4.05 billion. and they announced a new Star Wars Episode 7 coming out in the year 2015.
Was it just 7? I heard it was a new trilogy.
All I read was Episode 7.
Okay, 'cause
not directed or written by George Lucas. He will be a creative consultant on Episode 7.
Do you know what I love? It's like they say, okay, Disney's going to buy Lucasfilm, and they're going to buy them for $4.05 billion. And you're like, 0.05? Who gives a shit? Why would they even report that? That's $50 million, dude. It's like, they're like, throwaway shit decimal numbers is $50 million. It would be like life-changing money for anybody in the world.
Is Indiana Jones also included with that? That's Lucasfilm, right?
I would guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Lucas owned all of his properties, but then Indiana Jones was co-developed with Steven Spielberg.
That's true.
Right.
So I think Star Wars would definitely be in the clear.
E.T.?
Yeah.
I guess
E.T.
it's
Spielberg.
kinda
That's
weird.
Amblin.
Yeah, that's Amblin.
That's
Oh,
Amblin
that's right, yeah.
Entertainment. Yeah.
That's the logo of Amblin, right?
Yeah,
But
it
what
is.
are the big Lucasfilm franchises? I mean, there's a lot of actually
American
video games
Graffiti.
that went with it too. I mean, a lot of
A lot of Lucasfilm games?
Although I guess that's LucasArts. That's not Lucasfilm. I wonder what happens to
See,
that.
I thought they bought LucasArts, or like everything having to do with any.
I read Lucasfilm.
I read
Okay.
Lucasfilm as well.
No, that was funny. We talked about this in the office about like, oh, do you want to see another Star Wars movie? And I was like, nothing is going to be worse than the last 3. So I would love to see another Star Wars
I think
movie.
George Lucas put out a statement saying that he's always wanted to see Star Wars live beyond him, and
Really?
pass on. And he said that he wanted to pass the torch to the next generation of filmmakers. So it's
I thought Lucas said there would never be another Star Wars movie. Like I thought he came out and said that a few years ago, where he's like,
or maybe he said he would never make
I mean, they
another
can,
Star Wars
they
movie.
can change their mind on
Yeah.
anything.
I
you know?
don't like his neck. Have you ever seen him in an interview? He's got like just a really fat, smooth neck that looks like it's not meant to be between his shoulders and head.
It's like his stomach got misplaced.
yeah, yeah. That's someone put him back together
His
wrong.
stomach.
But it's like watch an interview with him and
He's
just stare at his neck, and it's like
He's
Like a bullfrog?
it looks like someone out of Star Wars.
He's like a
to be
totem
honest.
pole that's out of order. It's like, I guess that's how it goes.
Like
And he has like
Watto.
an owl's wing coming outside of his head.
No, but I'm trying to think. What are the other major Lucas franchises? One of your favorite video games of all time is a LucasArts game, Day of the Tentacle and Maniac Mansion.
Monkey
Yeah.
Island was LucasArts
Yep.
too, wasn't it?
Well, I think a lot of the
Full
early
Throttle.
a lot of the early Tim Schafer stuff is LucasArts too.
Now, someone pointed out, I read on Twitter that someone said it would be weird to see a Star Wars movie without the Fox logo before the movie. Think about that, because
yeah.
like that sort of thing. It was the Fox logo and then the LucasArts, and then a long time ago in a galaxy far away. That's how
Nerd.
every Star Wars movie starts.
You're right, though.
But
Even
it'd
the
be-
trailers, right? Like the
Yeah.
episode 1 trailer. Yeah.
But that would be kind of strange to not see that logo in front, and see a
Man,
Disney logo
that
in front.
20th Century Fox, that dun 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 dun. That it's like that when I was a kid. That meant movies.
Yeah.
to me, you know, when I heard that.
That or a lion roaring. So you got really
Yeah,
confused
get
with
the
zoos.
MGM one.
Nah, but the 20th Century Fox thing was definitely a big deal.
Have you
to
seen
me.
the 20th Century Fox logo with the flute playing? Like someone playing a flute. It's one of the funniest videos you'll ever see on the
It's like
internet.
somebody playing a shitty recorder.
Yeah, it was like a shitty recorder playing over the Fox logo. I'll send it to you. We'll put it
Why
up in
is
the
the
link dump.
recorder
It'll
an
be
instrument
hilarious.
that kids learn? Like what
Because it costs
songs?
50 cents to make.
But what songs have recorders in them?
Yeah, it's true. There's nothing.
Wait, what was that? How does it go?
We got it. We got it on video. We're
I'd much
set.
rather have the old slide whistle. Like,
Here, I'll play the 20th Century Fox theme on a flute.
Okay. Well,
Century.
you have to lean over it. We have
I
to-
totally will. I got
All
this,
right,
dude.
all
Also,
right.
actually, when you look up on YouTube 20th Century Fox, flute is the
the
first
first one,
autocomplete.
Well,
Nice.
all the other ones are probably taken down, right? Like
This is like
yeah,
old
yeah,
school
take
style
down.
as far because we don't have the feed because we're in a remote location.
Yeah, since
so-
we're
Here we go.
since-
So you guys can
all
hear
right,
it.
no,
And
this
I'll
is
play
not
it.
awkward. Bernie
Since
leaning
we're-
over his laptop here.
Here we go.
Since we're on location, we can't
You're gonna miss it.
ingest the video directly into the feed. That sounds like me playing the recorder.
I don't know why
4 million views.
There's something about that that's so funny.
I
Yeah.
have no idea why that's so fucking hilarious.
It sounds stupid.
4.1 million views on that.
Yeah,
thing.
really.
Oh my god.
That sold to Disney for $12.
Is that included with all the Lucasfilm properties?
But you know, it really is crazy what Disney owns now. And didn't Pixar really take over Disney and Steve Jobs take over Disney before he died?
It was almost
Kind
like a
of, well,
merger.
Pixar?
Well, like John Lasseter came in. John Lasseter is acting as the CEO of Disney now. Is that right? Or is he Disney Productions? John Lasseter was the guy who basically.
He's high up. in
Yeah, he's
Disney
way
now,
up there.
Yeah.
He was basically the guy who was in charge of Pixar, and he's now sort of in charge of sort of the creative side of Disney, which is awesome because he's a freaking genius.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I don't know who is. I mean, now that Steve Jobs is gone, from what I heard, Joel was telling me today that Lucas now might be the largest stakeholder in Disney. Like, because I guess they paid him in stock.
I don't know. Jobs was up, but Jobs is dead. But
Exactly,
you know,
that
Jobs
was the
was
thing.
up there.
I mean, Jobs was, I think, the previous.
That's
but
what's in
now-
his neck is these stock options.
That's where he stores them.
winter.
He's got notes pushed away.
But yeah. So Disney, not only do they own Pixar, not only do they own LucasArts. Don't forget, Disney bought Marvel
Yeah.
a few years ago. And what did they buy them for?
It was $1 billion, I thought.
Really?
They
thought
got.
maybe-
I feel like Marvel would be worth more than that.
I thought it was it's either 1 or 5, which is a huge
so
scale. But
they
I mean,
bought them
it's-
for Avengers.
So
basically,
think about
yeah.
this. Think about this. The Star Wars franchise essentially is worth 4 times everything in Marvel combined. That's pretty goddamn amazing.
Maybe I could be off on.
Let me
this.
look it
Probably-
up though.
probably
I
wanna
remember
check
it being
that.
about $1
Do you
billion
know how
bucks too.
much Lucas made from Star Wars? Is that something we know?
Well, you know what? It's always kind of depressing, I guess. But when you look at like the richest people in the world, when you think of rich people, you tend to think of entertainers like, you know, Michael Jackson or Steven Spielberg or George Lucas or Oprah,
Yeah.
who make a shit ton of money. They make nothing. Like the top people on the richest people in the world are billionaires. You got to go way down to find a billionaire in entertainment. I mean, like to like 1.1 billion George Lucas.
Yeah.
It's hard to make $1 billion.
I was
in
always amazed.
entertainment.
There was a story in the UK where some couple won a ton of money, like one of the biggest jackpots ever on the lottery.
Yeah.
And they were like comparing all these celebrities who he now had more money than. And it's like, this guy just won more money than Phil Collins is worth. It's like, it's Phil Collins, man. He's had a career that's so long, and he's not even made as much as this guy
We
made.
blew
in
all
one
that money
night.
on drums.
On drums.
Got the biggest set in the world ever. Him and Neil Peart are just going at it.
I love the fact that Phil Collins just drums to "In the Air Tonight" and sings at the same time. You ever seen the
You,
videos?
you ever do that in Rock Band?
No.
Like I've done that before. Where I put the headset on and I'm
Nice.
playing the drums and try to Phil Collins it, sing and
Nice.
drum at the same time.
Okay, so the first report that I'm reading is that Disney bought Marvel for $4 billion as well.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
So
Okay.
for Marvel and God,
was,
where's Disney getting $8 billion to buy stuff?
Oh, they've got Pixar now, and Pixar's made a shit ton of money. I know that.
But still,
But
Cars
even-
2.
So okay, honestly, to make this argument, so what is more valuable to you, LucasArts and the Star Wars franchise, or Marvel?
right now Marvel, dude.
Yeah, I mean the Avengers.
Star
I mean,
Wars.
dude, did you see we talked about the Iron Man 3 trailers? Like, like they seem to be knocking everything out of the park, and an
It's a
Avengers
trailer.
Well,
I mean, I'm not gonna fucking. I'm not
I
gonna.
mean,
I'm not gonna secrete anything over a
but
trailer.
even like Avengers, like the idea of Avengers 2, Avengers 2 is going to make a shit ton of money.
I like that you.
I
like you censored the F when you downgrade it.
I went from fuck
You're gonna
ton
make a
down to
shitload
shit
of
ton,
money.
down to shitload.
At least you didn't start at C.
A cunt ton.
All right, I just want to say if you,
And we have
if
a
you
C-bomb.
have any questions for the podcast, the way we're checking them tonight is you can tweet to me on Twitter or use the
RT
hashtag RT Podcast,
RT podcast.
the pound tag.
Just like always. That's how we always take them.
So I was just in London for an event.
Oh, how
which
did
was
MCM go?
Crazy, because we were.
I
was there with-
heard.
Some
and-
jackass literally just asked us on Twitter 4 seconds ago what we think about the Disney Lucasfilm purchase. Shut the fuck up!
What- who
What
is
are you?
it? Who is
What
it?
are you doing that you're fucking tweeting right
He
now?
doesn't
And
know
now
you can tab. So what he did, he
Yeah,
stopped the
he had to
podcast and
stop
tweet
it.
that, and now he's resumed.
can
I
you
was
stop
type-
the live stream?
Why would he not keep listening?
No, I'm making a dumb joke.
Oh.
A very dumb joke.
So I heard that your line at MCM was over 400 meters long, and that
It
people
was
waited
8
3
stone
hours.
wide.
I've done a ton of these conventions with you guys, for years, and this was the only one I've ever seen where the line had like several breaks in it so that people could keep walking through. And I talked to some guys. They said they've been waiting in line 4 hours to see us. That's
crazy.
And there
Not
was
worth
stewards,
it.
like getting pieces of tape and like sticking it to people's shirts so that we could tell who had lined up and who had just pushed in.
Can I tell you
Everyone was,
something?
like, tagged.
Can I tell you something? Whoever did that, I love that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we had a thing when we were in Australia. Our line got up to 2.5 hours long, and they were coming from our right.
Yeah.
And we were signing stuff here, and then people just kept coming up from the left and trying to get stuff done. It's like, no, there's a whole line over here. They go, well, I just want to get this signed real quick, and it's like, I'm not going to say no.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like you waited for 4 seconds, and these guys have been waiting for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But like
In a
there
fucking convention
were
center.
stewards coming up to us and saying,
Stewards.
"What?
No, go ahead.
Stuart. It was a bunch of guys named Stuart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
They were coming up to us
Continue.
and just because we were there last year and we didn't have any.
I think that's why. I
merchandise.
think we primed the
So-
pump by not selling anything last year.
So basically, they were coming up to us and they were like, "Guys, who are you? What is this line about? What you have like a 4-hour line?" And they were like expecting us to do something about it, and we were just like, Yeah?
I heard.
What you want us to do?
I heard your line was longer than like the Assassin's Creed 3 line and every other line there.
We had Doctor Who was there, Matt Smith, who plays Doctor Who.
And Gus is spewed.
And
Jesus Christ.
our line was like 10 times the length of his line. It went all the way around, it broke,
All right, let's
and
not
then
be
went around the
assholes.
corner.
We start sounding like assholes. And we were
was
better
crazy.
than this guy. And this
Yeah,
guy
it was
Yeah.
crazy though, it was crazy. And they were, they did an awesome thing where they closed, but they let everyone who was still in our line actually get
Really?
to us. So we
That's
went
That
like,
is cool.
we went like half an hour late, but
That's awesome.
I've never known any convention center to allow
That's
that.
nice
Normally
that
they
you
don't
do
do
that.
That is really
nice.
cool.
So people are asking on Twitter, Jack, I know you're a big Assassin's Creed fan. What do you think about Assassin's Creed 3?
So Assassin's Creed 3 came out today, and we got it in the office. And then immediately, I got to the office, captured the intro screen of Assassin's Creed 3, and then had to leave to go to a meeting that lasted about 3 hours.
What the hell?
Got back, and then I guess I can say this. So we recorded this for the people watching the live stream. We recorded a multiplayer Let's Play in Assassin's Creed 3 that's coming out tomorrow. So we played that for about 45 minutes. Then it took about an hour to render that out, and then we just played more multiplayer while we were waiting for that to finish. And then I left there and came here. So I literally have not touched any of the story of Assassin's Creed 3. I'll be up till probably 1 a.m. tonight editing this thing for tomorrow. And then, so I haven't touched Assassin's Creed 3. And I'm terrified because people are like spoiling stuff. And like, I mean, I don't want any spoilers about this game. I'm really, really passionate about this franchise.
So fucking play it.
No, I'm going to, but I'm going to start like 1 a.m. tonight. So like, I
play
mean,
video games late.
oh,
No, Gus, he has to
name's
play
Jack.
video games at night. Thanks, Adam.
Blue was armor,
that's
wasn't
your
it?
mana.
Is that the pizza I asked Kara for 2 hours ago?
You want this piece? I'll give it
No,
to you.
that's fine.
Oh, that looks so.
Here.
That look, oh no,
It
go
looks
ahead.
sad, right?
Oh, man. No. Eating on the podcast sounds terrible.
Oh, Kara.
No one can hear you.
This is 2 podcasts in a row we've talked shit about Kara. I just heard her scream off screen. Do you know that Kara saw Jeff's penis at some point?
Yeah, we talked about it on the podcast.
That's right. We
You
did
should
talk
watch
about
the
that.
show.
Yeah.
Hey, Gavin, we talked about Kara seeing Jeff's podcast.
I was entirely responsible for
How
that.
many of you had?
Jeff's pod. This is my. Okay. So this is my third. But I want to point out this is the new Achievement Hunter beanie that we just got, and you can see it here. It's got the Achievement Hunter logo. It's going to be in the store this week. But also, whoop! There's more beer underneath it.
It's like a tea cozy.
It's a beer cozy.
Well, you were really proud of that stupid ass trick.
Yeah, that was
that was impressive.
You were really happy
That was
about
not
it.
impressive.
These
What was
are-
impressive about that?
These are my beers. Then you can have your empty beer.
I've
That was like the equivalent
And also,
of
we got the look at this. We got the keychain, or we got the.
I want to point something out. Speaking of beers.
Speaking of beers.
So one cool thing is this venue that we're in sells alcohol.
Yeah, they do.
So we just been buying alcohol from the bar that's right over there.
That's cool. We
We should
have
do this
that.
every week.
So
All the time.
his reveal of that was like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat, except it was the equivalent of a rabbit coming out of a hutch.
Yeah.
Like you entirely expected.
and the rabbit's dead.
Or
Yeah.
a rabbit coming out of a rabbit-shaped hat.
was
see these beers?
was that a beer-shaped hat? I don't know. But
And
anyway.
it was pretty apparent. Hey,
No,
where'd you get
seriously,
that my one?
these things are awesome.
Twitter
Where'd you get that?
wants to know what
I
you
don't know.
guys are
Let's
doing
hear.
for Halloween.
I'm going to a party, believe it or not, at a friend's house.
I do not believe
Whoa.
I'm dressing up.
in a-
I'm dressing
What?
up.
Really?
No.
I'm dressing up. I don't want to spoil it. I'll talk about it after Halloween.
I can't believe this because I'm actually proud of you for growing up and going to a Halloween party. That's where you are now.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to wear costumes to work on Halloween?
You're allowed to wear costumes every day.
Well,
Who's going to tell you no?
because what I'm wearing,
Okay, that you have
What
a
are you
point.
gonna wear?
you'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The employee handbook is very clear about the fact
That's
that we work.
tomorrow,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I better
yeah.
I better iron it.
Or today, for those of you listening on the audio podcast.
Yeah. Or anybody listening because we record them early every fucking other week. as
Whatever.
well.
What are you dressing up
Jack
as?
constantly wants to point out that we have a video podcast now. You're the biggest goddamn pain in the ass about that.
What?
I don't know why. Every fucking week you have to point out that we're doing something that the people in the audio podcast
No, because I
can't
get
see.
shit because I point
did-
out stuff that like the audio podcast. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll talk about the audio podcast.
We did that for fucking years. How
2
many
decades.
Times, how many? In 2 decades we did that. How many times did we on the podcast before we had any video at all? Did we show each other shit and we said we're gonna put it in the link top? And now Jack's like, how are we gonna deal with this scenario? What are we gonna do? I only can hide this under my hat.
It's a beanie or a toque, depending on
For those
what
of you
country
listening
you're
at home,
in.
I'm currently on IMDb.
How did that become a thing? I did it one fucking time, and now it's a thing. Now it's like I'm the IMDb king, apparently. God damn it.
That's enough.
I love it.
How about Halloween plans? Halloween plans? Anything?
Not really. Like,
I'm going trick or treating, so.
You're a little old for that, aren't you?
I'm just gonna
Okay,
try
kids.
and not to get hit in the nuts with a frozen egg or any eggs.
Oh, that's
'Cause
right.
That's when that happens.
I'll never understand that a guy froze an egg.
Just wear a cup.
Yeah.
Just to be safe on all day Halloween.
I saw a thing online the other day where somebody cracked an egg and it had another egg in it, like a shell A full shelled egg.
That's spooky.
What? Like it grew that way?
I've seen that before.
What else, Gavin? What else? The guy at the store got bored and put an egg inside of another egg?
It's like when you put a ship in a bottle. Yeah. He's like, he puts a little hole and puts that egg in there. Yeah.
Well, I guess that could happen because of like you sometimes get twins where one of the twins is in the other one, right?
Like Andy Garcia.
What?
You never heard that?
No.
Andy Garcia has a twin who was like assimilated to him and like was in his shoulder. Like I think they had to remove like teeth and stuff from his shoulder.
Yeah, there's been stories like a guy at school just like becoming pregnant, and it's because his twin started growing like a parasite. On the
A lot of times it's not an actual twin, it's something called a teratoma, which is just basically a collection of cells
yeah,
that
but this
has
thing had
everything.
This thing had hair and fingernails.
Hair and teeth is usually what
So
it
there's like
ends up
Quado
with.
in the
Yeah.
guy's stomach, like
Yeah.
start the reactor. No? Okay. I'm drunk.
Look it up on IMDb.
Somebody in Twitter, Chris Martin, asked me, Bernie, a bunch of podcasts ago, you said you ran into a rare bird, which was an Austin asshole, and you never finished your story about the guy who was an Austin asshole. He's right, I didn't.
What?
Don't finish the story.
I remember this was like
Don't
a year and
finish
a
it.
half ago.
It's rare to run into somebody in Austin who's just a total fucking asshole. Like, unless I know them, yeah, personally. But I ran into a guy who I was out with my kids, and we were at a trailer, like one of those trailer parks in Austin where it's just a bunch of food carts.
An eatery, a trailer eatery.
It's a thing in Austin. Like, some of the coolest restaurants in Austin start off as a trailer, and then they become super popular as a trailer food cart.
Yeah, I eat at trailers a lot. Faux buns.
or
You had those?
they're a super popular restaurant that opens a trailer for some reason. They got the model
To
backwards.
expand.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah,
like, they
yeah.
almost do to test locations or test new concepts. One of the best ones in Austin was, it was right across the street from the Alamo, and it was like they served duck sliders. It might have been called the something duck, but then it became barley swine.
Oh, right,
Have
yeah.
you been there yet? You been to barley swine?
Yeah.
That place is awesome.
There's a place similar to barley swine by my house called the Salty Sow.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty good.
That's cool.
Is that related in some way?
No, but very similar menu, very similar.
It's one of those places where you order like 8 plates because everything's super tiny.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a lot. You get
Like
a lot of different
tapas.
stuff. Like tapas. There you go.
Tapas.
Anyway, so I'm in one of these trailer parks where there's a bunch of these food carts or food trailers. And we had eaten, and then we were going to go to get the cake. There's a place that serves cake balls.
Oh, that place is awesome. Holy Cacao?
Okay, I disagree. I don't want to bash anybody's
Okay.
like food or whatever, but I was overrated. Actually, Jen, our new office manager, she made cake balls. Those things were.
They were awesome.
They were good.
Those were good. You know,
Yeah.
balls.
yeah, it's like a cake on a stick.
Did I mention like a lollipop? But
Oh,
instead
yeah, I
of
had
Oh, yeah,
one.
you were gone. Oh,
No, I had one. It was
Did
like
you?
in the shape of a face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was for
Yeah.
Halloween. She
I
made them, I
scoffed a
think.
few of those.
It was pretty good,
They're
right?
great.
She described how she made it to me. She just basically made a cake, and then instead of frosting it, she put it in a bowl and put the frosting in it, and then just stirred the whole shit up. So it's
Wow.
a cake.
Oh my god.
Yeah, pretty good
Wow.
thinking.
Yeah.
She's smart. Anyway, we're in line to get this stuff, and this guy says next to me, my kids are talking to me, and this guy next to me says something to me. And I say, so my kids, I'm going to listen to my kids first, and I talk to him, and then I turn back to the guy, and I go, what'd you ask me? He goes, are you in line? I go, oh, we're reading the sign. I go, we're just reading the sign, but I said, go ahead. He goes, like that, because I didn't answer him fast enough. And then he says to his girlfriend, she goes, what's wrong? He goes, nothing. He goes, this fucking guy. He goes, it's fucking people that come in from California. And I was like, what? And I was talking to my kids or whatever, and after like 10 seconds, I thought, fuck this guy. So I turned back to him, I go, what did you say to me? I go, do you have a problem with me? And he goes, no. And I said, and I looked at his girlfriend, I go, does he have a problem with me? What's going on here? And she goes, like that. And then he goes, you just look like somebody I know from California. And I go, no, that's not what you said. I heard what you said. That's how you said it. He goes, man, I just thought you looked like somebody I know from California. I was like, fucking dickhead. And I just
You
like
should
sat there
have
and
said,
said,
did his fist look like this?
yeah. I don't know whatever it was, and I'm not a confrontational person. That guy just got under my skin for whatever. I think it's because I was with my kids or something like
Yeah.
that. Maybe something, and I was just
It's sort of like
fuck this
protective
guy.
mode is up or
That's
something.
also
Yeah.
like that whole passive aggressive, like insulting you, but
Well, I
not.
mean, it
or
was like such a shitty insult.
But the thing is, like, the odds are that guy was not from Austin either.
yeah.
Like, I mean,
the odds are
that-
you lived in Austin like
Probably,
3 times as
yeah.
long as that guy.
Yeah.
Was he wearing suspenders and have a shitty mustache?
He
or
was a
anything?
complete. He was a big hipster.
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, we were in South Austin, and it was
Yeah.
just like
He's like, "What's up?"
he was keeping it real for me.
So I meant to talk about this last week on the podcast, but I forgot. I've encountered this strange phenomenon with my Facebook friends list. So for a long time, I used to accept every Facebook friend request I would get. So I had for a while like
Fucking worst.
I had
Yeah.
like 8,000 friends or something.
We're not friends on Facebook,
No.
you and I, because of that.
No, we are now because I've been trimming down.
Okay.
Like people I don't
Me
know
too.
for like the last 2 years. I've been slowly removing people I didn't know. So like basically what I do is I split my friends list up. Everyone I know into one list, everyone I don't know in another list. So every time I see people post in the I don't know you list, I would remove them.
That's a good idea.
And it's taking like 2 years, but I'm finally down to like 125
Yeah.
people that I don't know. And these are people who have not posted anything in essentially about 2 years since I've started this process.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, I need to manually go to these people's pages and get rid of them. What I realized was this list, of course, it has like some fake accounts and people who don't use Facebook anymore. This list is largely composed of dead people, though.
What?
Wow.
What?
That's why they haven't posted in 2 years.
How do you know they're dead?
Because I look at their page to unfriend them, and it's like, R.I.P. buddy, we miss you. Happy birthday. Hope you're looking down on us from heaven.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I've created a dead list in my Facebook friends,
Oh,
and I'm having to
God.
go through and unfriend dead people now.
Oh.
And
That's
it's like
a weird side.
That is
effect.
weird.
it's such
you're
a
like dead
Yeah.
online.
It's
Sorry,
such-
we're not friends anymore because you're in the ground somewhere. Like, oh.
Wow, that's
so it's
really
like a
bizarre.
really weird phenomenon.
Do
So
you
I go and I
know-
read these people's like lives, like, oh, you like this guy's like this one guy. Oh my God, his last post before he died was,
So
oh my
drunk
God,
driving home right
No.
now.
YOLO.
It was like, oh my God, getting better slowly, but it sucks.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus
no.
Christ.
And then like a week later, it's like, R.I.P. buddy. I was like, what did he have? Like, what was it?
Oh.
Like he obviously had
You
something.
can't get it through Facebook. I know what you're thinking. You're fine.
Gus logs off and washes his hands.
Yeah,
It's just keep,
wash my
like,
hands after I
constantly-
unfriend him.
Dunk his
So
laptop.
I have a dead list now that I'm working through,
I
trying to
actually
unfriend.
really,
Oh.
I really
Guys,
like the
it is
fact-
okay to unfriend
a
those people.
dead list.
It's totally okay.
That's almost worse that you have like a list that comprised entirely of dead people.
So then even creepier, I've started thinking about what percentage of the people that I friended are now dead. Like trying to work out the math on it.
This is the Halloween podcast. So
Did you
that
fart?
No, did you? I did
Oh.
earlier. What was that?
I did earlier.
I did before the podcast started. Maybe it's just
It may be
maybe
carrying over
circulating.
into here now.
One of my favorite.
I was going to tell you the story I told you earlier. We were shooting today and we were on set for like we were on set for like
Might be this pizza.
2 hours straight at one point doing something at setups and all that. And you kind of have to keep decorum, and so I was like, and then they let us go, and I was the first one back up into the area where we were, staging ourselves, and I was sitting there by myself. So I let one go, and as soon as I did, somebody came walking up the stairs right after me. I said, "All right, I'm packing up." And then they had to like stand up there.
Dude, nothing.
I was in that bathroom earlier before we were setting up.
Yeah.
And I destroyed it. And
Karen goes, "I know."
as I was finishing up, someone knocked on the door.
Oh,
and I was
no.
like, 1 second. And I felt really bad. I don't know who it was, but someone followed me afterwards, and they might be up there still.
Might be dead on the floor. No, nothing's. I've actually I've been in a parking lot and I was like, all right, just let one rip, and then immediately from behind a van, like a woman walks out. I'm like, oh god damn. Well, yeah, that was me. That was totally me. And keep walking. Like, yeah, all right.
She's like some homeless guy farted, and then he pulled 2 beers out of his hat.
Homeless guys are the worst.
Yes.
But you're talking about unfriending people on Facebook. The best thing Facebook ever did was put whose birthday it is.
Oh, yeah.
Like that day. It just reminds me of people who I forgot existed, and I'm just like, oh, happy birthday, dickhead. Bye. Like,
I hate that. I have
Is there a happy birthday, dickhead?
yeah,
button
that's
you can hit?
unfriend button.
I have one friend in particular. Allowed him. Frank, who we've used for
He was in the immersion
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the
He,
ninja in immersion.
That's when
He
we
has-
first introduced Monty.
He has 2 different standard happy birthdays that he gives to people. And every time it's their birthday, he'll either pick choice A or choice B. He literally copy and pastes the same thing to everyone. And I'm so fucking sick of reading it. It's either Happy Liberation from the Womb Day or X years ago you were pushed through a long canal or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
No.
get some new
Nah.
material.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Everyone can see it.
Yeah.
I played Clue with him the other day.
Did you?
Clue. Yeah. So I can't find you on. Oh, here you are. Let me see if we're friends on Facebook. I don't think we are. We are.
Yeah,
We're friends.
We are.
No.
It's very recent development.
I was not friends with you, and I was not friends with Joel
Yeah.
for a long time because
How-
you guys had so many friends.
Now, how
and I
often
get
you-
a billion requests through you guys.
How often do you check Facebook?
Actually, I have gotten into Facebook more recently because Ben made a fundamental change to my Facebook that made it much more usable for me.
What was that?
We had these fan pages, which were like public figure pages or whatever
Yeah,
that
yeah.
people would like, and I had to kind of update that, and then I just didn't worry about my personal profile.
It's kind of douchey, too.
Yeah, Ben set
Yeah,
him up
having
for
a
us.
fan page is a little
but then
weird.
Ben came to me and he said, "Hey, I want to turn off your public page and just let people subscribe to your normal Facebook.
Okay.
And I said, I don't give a shit about my Facebook, presence or whatever. So sure, go ahead and do it. I don't give a shit.
Why is he messing with your Facebook?
I don't care.
Why do you even?
I don't care about Facebook at all.
Yeah, I
He
don't.
takes care of our
Yeah.
public side, our public pages.
Yeah.
I admit that I kind of sort of care about Twitter, but that's about it. I care about
Yeah.
my Rooster Teeth journal and then Twitter and literally Facebook. I don't give a fuck about it. I just recently started updating. I think I have like 8 pictures total on Facebook.
See,
Facebook was good when I was like I don't know. I just don't use it anymore. It's like it's become old. To me.
I have this weird thing where, like, on Rooster Teeth, like, I'm nervous to post journals now because I know how many people are watching them. So I realized the other night that I hadn't posted a journal in like 2 months. And so I finally posted a journal, which was me saying, I haven't posted a journal in a while. And then it was an image of a kid with a saxophone
I hate
dancing.
those journals. That's even worse than the copy.
But it's kind of
and
like, I feel like
No.
I see 2 months and
No.
I'm like, oh, God. I
post-
should
Well, at
post
least you did.
something.
not
At
a
least you
real
came back
journal.
with something good.
Yeah, post something then.
I thought it was impressive.
No,
A kid dancing with a
it's
saxophone.
not as impressive as pulling out beers from a fucking hat.
That was pretty impressive, you have to admit. That was so impressive.
I hate those journals.
So I
Wait,
want to quickly talk about space, right?
So
okay,
happy
talk
with
about
that.
space.
So
Space.
the other, like a few podcasts ago,
God.
I mentioned, I asked if light weighed anything, and then someone linked me to a video where I couldn't really figure it out. I guess it does a little bit or something. Anyway.
Yes and no.
At the end of the video, there was a cool theory that the guy said. It was a video by Vsauce. I met that guy. He's a cool guy. And the scenario he gave was, say there was a button a light year away from where you are. So it takes light a year to travel that distance. So you shine a light on that button, it takes light a year to hit the button. Or you have a stick or a pole that is a light year long that is like almost about to touch the button. If you shine the light, will it get there after? Will it get there before or after you push the pole into the button?
After.
After.
Light would get there after.
Yes. Because
How?
you're pushing the stick 3 inches.
But how can you push something faster than light?
Because you're not pushing it fast enough. You're pushing the stick a distance of 3 inches. You're not pushing
Over the
the
course
stick
of a year.
the
course of
light
a
year's
year.
distance.
Well, the distance is a light year is the amount of distance light will travel
Shut
over
up.
the course of a year.
Yeah.
Right?
the
That's
stick,
not wrong.
The stick is a light year in length.
Yeah.
You're only pushing it 3 inches or whatever to complete
how-
the journey.
Let me
You're wrong.
give you another
You're
example.
all wrong.
What's
You're
the
wrong.
answer then?
The answer is
The answer is no such stick.
the speed of push is
Speed of push.
is only the speed of sound. Because when you push something,
You're
you're
still pushing
pushing.
it 3 inches.
I feel myself
It's
getting
a
dumber.
light year long.
No, it's a
so
light year
when you
long.
push something, you get like a wave of push through the
Oh
object.
no!
So
I can see
actually
what you're
would-
saying.
It travels way slower than light. So you can push it, but the other end wouldn't hit it until
I could
years away.
see that.
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
So you're saying what you're saying is basically the stick compresses all
Right.
along the way and then
Yeah,
expands?
imagine it with a slinky. Like, a slinky's obviously just
I'm
a
with you.
Like
an
normally
example.
we can't see it because items are
Yeah,
so
but like if you
small.
have a slinky on a table and you nudge one end of the slinky, it'll send a shockwave, and eventually the other end will do that. And I know it's not the same, but with an item that's so long, the speed of push is the same.
No,
I'll
I
agree with that.
I get what you're
disagree
saying.
that the speed of push is the speed of sound.
And maybe it's not the speed of sound, but it's the speed of a vibration, which
Yeah.
is
We can
sound.
give actually a really good example that applies to what you do. For example, one of the most famous slow-mo videos you can see is when you swing a golf club and hit a golf ball.
Yeah.
The back end of the golf ball moves a lot more than the front end of the golf ball.
Right.
Because it compresses
Yeah, so
and then
compression, like
takes
anything
off.
you-
It doesn't just go patooink.
You got to remember
and
that
maintain
everything
its
is
shape.
just little molecules of stuff.
Yeah.
I do have to remember that. Thank you.
But like
I had
that-
forgotten that now.
Well, you
now I'm going to
did.
see tonight and I'll be like,
You
thank
thought
God I
it would all
remembered
move in
that.
line.
Thank you for bringing it back.
Everything is molecules.
Brandon sometimes says this depressing thing that when you hug someone, you never really get close to them. You never really touch them. That it's just electrons repelling each other.
Really?
Yeah.
You're fucking sad as shit, Brandon. That is the most
yourself.
pathetic thing ever.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right, I want
You gonna talk about space some more?
Yeah, let's
to.
talk about
What's
space.
going to actually?
Let's talk about
Go
the
ahead.
size of the moon.
This is something I don't know. This is something I was
Fucker.
just thinking of.
Oh, surprise! People like grapes.
What is yeah? What is the speed of gravity?
What's that?
I don't understand.
There is
that
no
question.
speed of gravity. It's acceleration. It's a force.
How quickly does that
It's
force
half
move?
the speed of push.
Yeah, but
It's a
how quickly
pulse.
does it move though?
What's that?
Pulse?
Okay,
Gravity doesn't move.
but it has. Okay, say
Oh, no.
we're here on
Oh,
planet
There we
Earth,
go. We're on the science portion of the podcast.
planet World, right?
Planet World.
All of a
Planet World.
sudden,
Citizen person
a giant.
on Planet World. Go ahead.
All of a sudden, say there was a giant planet that just appeared kind of near Earth, right?
Impossible. Go
yeah,
ahead.
but say it did.
Okay, I'll say
So
it
it's,
did.
it's just gone like. Poof. Now, Earth would be affected by the gravity of this.
Absolutely.
Right. But when?
What's the imaginary scenario? Never.
No, but
This can't happen.
You're talking about the ending of Fifth Element now.
Yeah, but just say it did. What would you be able to see it before you could feel it?
I don't know.
God damn it.
I
Because you would
understand
think-
your hypothetical question.
You would
but
think that
According to my friend who's a unicorn that just graduated from Dragon University, absolutely.
People wonder why I get
In your
excited about wanting to
imaginary
punch
scenario.
Gavin in the face. Come
Listen,
on,
I think it's
man.
an interesting question, actually.
Okay.
If
because
something
what's the
appears,
question?
isn't like a thing.
Stop doing that
It's a
motion.
You know, gravity
that's the speed of push.
and light.
Okay. I'm just thinking like if a black hole or something was just there, would you see it?
Black hole.
Clearly.
Black hole.
Okay, here, but here, goddamn, what is wrong with you? You're going a week and we're back to science already.
Dude,
So
this
let
is
me,
what happens. I'm on a plane. It's a lonely flight, man. From my front door in England to my front door in Austin is 16 hours. I have a lot of time to myself, and I should never be allowed that time. Someone
true.
should be
That
there
is true.
distracting me.
okay.
Someone please answer this question.
Yes.
And
I'm
tweet
sure
it to
someone
us
on Twitter knows
about
exactly what the fuck
if a
Gavin's talking
planet,
about.
if a giant Saturn-sized planet appeared in
I just
orbit.
wanna know-
I think
The
the
speed of
audience
gravity
has
is the
gotten
same.
smart about this and they just ignore us. They just
Yeah.
wait for this to end.
Real fast here. I want to remind everyone that this episode of the podcast is also brought to you by. I had a really weird dream the other day when I was taking Alpha Brain. Like I was dreaming that I was going to visit a friend of mine, and like I was on the street and I couldn't find them. I was like, I know where they are.
Because
and in my
they were dead.
But in my
Facebook.
in my head, I kept thinking the digits, these numbers over and over. I was like, number, and I woke up and I was thinking about the number, and I looked it up, and that was my friend's address.
Whoa.
Like somehow in my subconscious state, I was thinking about their address,
It's like 4, 8,
even though I don't know it.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 32.
Yeah. It was like a super bizarre dream. It was really fucked up.
I had a dream recently where I got into an argument with a friend in my dream. And it was the first time that ever happened. And I woke up and I was like, I vividly remembered it. And I was like,
Were you mad at him?
her. Nah, yeah, I was. And I was like, that was weird. Like, I woke up and I was like, that's really, really strange. Like, because I typically don't yell at people aside from you. So it's kind of strange to like have a dream about yelling at somebody.
Do you have a dream about me?
I don't know. If I do, I try to immediately get out of my head.
Did I tell you about the stupid memory trick that someone told me?
I don't think so.
Okay, so this was Jordan. That was smooth.
Which one, Jay or Dan? Or
We have so many Jordans.
yeah, there's
in
3
our
Jordans
life.
now.
Jordan Burns.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
that you clarify it with, Jordan.
Anyway,
Jordan, idiot.
so at the new house, we were trying to remember the address for the new house, and I said I can never remember the address for this house. I said I just cannot remember it, and I'm just like I'm gonna make up a number, so it's not the actual number.
Okay.
And the number was like, shit. I gotta come up with something that makes sense for it. It was like 6714 was the number. 6714 is the number of the house, the address.
Okay.
And I said, I just can't remember 6714. I cannot remember this number. It just won't stick in my head for whatever reason. And she goes, oh, it's really easy. And I go, how do you remember it? She goes, because 6 plus 7 is 13. Except it's not, it's 14. And I was like, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. Now I can't forget it. Because it was such a stupid way to remember that number, will never forget it as long as I
There
live.
you go.
For the house I was when I grew up as a little kid, my address was 1248, which was always like super easy for me
Oh,
to
wow.
remember. Like 12 times 4 is 48.
All right, I already talked about it on the podcast. All right, sorry. These
Or you
fuckers didn't remember.
1 times 2 is.
I did remember.
There you go.
1 times 2 is 2.
Why'd you fucking stop me?
Then I followed up with this story, honestly.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I'm
So
sure
we're
they
in a
just
loop
start
here.
saying that.
Hey, Mike,
God.
if somebody wants you to walk through the podcast and say hello, just come up here and just walk through.
Just walk through the
Some guy's
podcast.
girlfriend wants to see your pretty little face.
Oh, God. And his curly hair.
Hi, Michael.
Oh, there he goes.
Mike.
And awkward.
I like
and
Mike who does
awkward.
the same thing that I do, where he gets like 2 haircuts
this
a
one?
year.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Like his hair will just be.
He's stealing beer.
Oh, can you give me one?
Nice
No,
guy.
look under your hat.
No,
me
there's
say-
no more beer under the
Hi
hat.
to Michael.
Did you drink both of those rabbits?
I drank both of those rabbits. I drank one of the rabbits. This one's empty. Well, it's
You know,
close.
when I got this piece of pizza, somebody told me it was shitty, and I agree now. It's pretty shitty.
As you bite
Buddy.
another one in there.
This podcast is not brought to you by pizza.
All right,
pizza,
So hey,
or-
let's talk about something else that's big in the news. We've been down here shooting for like 6 days now.
Yeah.
So we've been kind of out of touch. I haven't been actually up to date on like anything that's going on in the world. I didn't know what the fuck Sandy was. Like people kept mentioning Sandy online. I didn't know anything about it.
The hurricane, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I got to finish eating here.
No, keep
I know
going.
it's because I flew next to the thing. That was the bumpiest flight I've ever had in my life.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
it was. The plane was. It's always worse when people scream. Like I can't
People
tell how bad it
screaming
was.
on the flight?
Yeah, because it'd be like, and everyone would be like, oh, oh, and then it'd like drop, and everyone would be like, what? And people would go, ah! And I was like, oh god.
Wait, no, so okay, on flights like that, are you nervous? Or
I'm
do you
not
get-
until people start screaming at the top of their lungs, like someone's being brutally murdered in front of them.
No, I imagine like Gus, you've got to be a pretty good flyer. Where like if shit like that happens, you're just kind of like, well, whatever,
Yeah.
right? See, my philosophy when I get onto a plane is, as soon as you cross that threshold into a plane, your life is no longer in your hands.
I will say
And-
this: I have been nervous once.
Really?
One time we were flying from LA to New Zealand,
Okay.
and over the middle of fucking nowhere in the Pacific Ocean, we hit a patch of turbulence like that.
Yeah.
That lasted for 2 hours.
Oh.
Like you were on that flight too. Do you remember that flight?
I
to
love
New Zealand?
turbulence.
Where it was like 2
I do.
hours where
Something
the
to do, right?
attendants had to
I do.
strap in, and it was like that. It was like huge ups and downs. It was like the most annoying part was you can't sleep.
Yeah.
And it's like
I can. I love it. I
that's
love it.
impossible
Nah.
to. You did
No,
not.
no,
sleep.
Bernie
can't
can sleep through
sleep on bad
anything.
turbulence.
I do.
I
Nah,
can't
I-
anything too. You did not sleep through that.
Carol
actually
woke me up
scared.
like 10 times on the set. I would just lay down in the middle of the set and go to sleep.
But the
She'd
set
wake me up,
wasn't-
she'd go.
See, the worst thing
Shaking.
is that when the bad turbulence started, they were pushing the trolley down the
Oh, no.
aisle. And it got to the point where obviously they had to just bail on that and then go and sit down. But they left it right next to
They
me.
did?
Yeah, they left it.
Wait, next to
one of them
you?
was gone, and the other one was like, oh, I can't put it there because it came from that way or something. So she was like, so like as the
a
plane
bad
would drop,
idea.
it would just go like, and it would come off the ground and then land back. I was like, this thing's gonna
You
kill
should just
me.
grab a couple
Yeah,
of drinks.
Yeah, start pocketing
Like,
stuff.
yeah, it was. I was actually pretty scared for like 20 minutes. I was
Really?
like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And then afterwards, after it leveled out, I was like, I was an idiot.
A
just then.
plane has never gone down because of turbulence.
Yeah.
Remember that.
How do you know that?
That's
Because he's Gus,
I
and he knows
read
fucking every
airdisaster.com constantly.
I've been on a plane one time that dropped like that, and then the doors for the overhead compartments popped.
Yeah.
That was pretty
pretty
creepy.
serious.
Yeah, it was like it was a drop and then a stop, and then all of a sudden half of them popped open.
Luggage
That was pretty
dodge.
freaky. Yeah.
People have died because of turbulence, though.
Yeah.
People like not strapped into their seats when the
Oh.
plane
There
makes
was a
huge
Japanese
drop.
lady.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
hit their head on the
So
ceiling
why
of the
does the
cabin.
plane fall
Bulkhead.
faster than them?
What'd
Oh,
you say?
shit.
Why does the plane fall faster than
Well, I
them?
guess it drops out from underneath you.
inertia.
So like it's a body in motion, stays in motion. So like that drops, and you're
but
sitting
you-
still.
but you're
Surely
at
you
rest.
drop as well.
There you go. You're at rest, but the plane is not. So the plane drops, but you're still here.
But surely it would have to be an impact on the top of the plane to push it faster than you were going to.
Yeah, but
That's
that
turbulence.
that push happens at
That's
the
the
speed of
turbulence.
push.
Yeah, that's turbulence.
So you're
I felt one.
you're traveling at the speed of sit. Then the speed of push, speed of push comes, and when the speed of push comes, it's faster than the speed of push. By
It's like rock, paper, scissors, push,
Yeah.
beat, sit.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
And then you're with Liam Neeson
And then
fighting wolves.
lunch comes out at the speed of
right
vomit.
now,
Speed
if
of
there
lunch.
was a push-size stick holding you in speed, then you would be okay.
from here.
I'm just gonna embrace the
What's wrong
bad
with you?
science from now on. I'm all in. But I knew a dude who flew all the time. He has some of the best flying stories ever. And my favorite one that I know that scares me when he tells it is he was flying from San Antonio to Denver. And there's not much between San Antonio and Denver. Okay, like maybe El Paso.
Yeah.
And so they were halfway between it and going along, everything was perfectly fine. And all of a sudden, his ears popped.
Why do people say that everything was perfectly fine?
Because-
you could just assume that any story starts off fine.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Everything's
I was on a
totally normal.
plane.
And then things went bad.
Well, it wasn't like there wasn't smoke in the cabin or anything like that.
Right.
Everything's going normal.
a normal
and
day.
All of a sudden, his ears pop really hard. And he's like, what is that? And he saw other people kind of reacting. And then all of a sudden, he said the oxygen mask came down. And apparently, they just got, when they do the demonstration, they go like this, and they drop it. That's not how that works. Those things are shot down. It's like they fly open.
It's an
And
explosion,
It's an
right?
explosion,
Yeah.
yeah. And so it sounded like he said like 100 shotguns going off.
Yeah, well, they say on I flew Delta, and they said, make sure when you grab your mask, you don't grab the container that they were held in because it's going to be really hot.
Yeah.
And I've never thought about that. But
Kind
yeah,
of like an airbag,
it would-
right?
Yeah.
Same kind of thing, but there's one for every row.
They got that specific?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was weird, actually. It's like,
Occasionally, you
specific.
will get the flight attendant who gets ultra specific about the safety demonstration.
That's
Like,
probably the flight attendant
Climb
who that
over
happened
the
to. at some
climb
point.
over the dead passengers and your way to the emergency exit.
Have you seen children throw them out of the way?
everyone in rows 8 and 9 will not survive, but
Right.
just neatly put their bodies to the side and exit.
Make sure to
Put them in a pile for the rescue team.
Have you ever been on a plane where an exit row where they kick someone out of the exit row?
Yes.
That happened to me one time where I got on, and it was a guy, literally a guy in a neck brace, sat down next to the
I was
door.
on the flight with you.
That's right. Yeah. And they literally got the guy to like get up and move. It was like him and his wife, and they
Why
like.
is that shocking?
He was in a neck brace and she couldn't walk without a walker.
Yeah, and it was
Do
like,
you know what?
don't buy the
One
exit
of
row.
the worst things about that is, I think we have mentioned this in the podcast before. If you don't speak English, they get you out
Yep.
of the, they get you out of the exit row.
If you can't answer verbally yes to the question,
Right.
And
because
if
you
like
have
if
to be
you-
able to communicate to other people.
Yeah,
on
you
the
can't
plane.
nod. You actually have to say yes.
you were still telling your story.
Sorry.
So he's flying along, his ears pop, the oxygen masks drop, and they're at 35,000 feet. And the plane just goes like this. Like it turns at an angle and then just drops. And he said the plane was descending so fast, you could hear it. Like that
Oh, Jesus
noise,
Christ.
like the plane going down.
Like a World War II fighter plane.
Right,
Yeah.
like a bomb whistling out of the air. And he said the little old lady sitting in front of him peed all over his shoes, and then they just fell.
Did the piss fall at the same
Let him
speed?
finish
I
his
don't know.
goddamn story.
Did the piss
That
start
was at the
floating?
speed of drip.
piss.
And they just, all of a sudden, then they just leveled out. All of a sudden, after they got down to a certain level, and then they flew for like a minute, and there was nothing, and like, everyone's like, and people were screaming, like screaming, and then when they leveled out, people were praying, and like they thought they were still gonna die and all this stuff, and then the captain came on, and he goes,
I love that. I love
he goes, we lost cabin pressure there, so I had to get us down to 10,000 feet.
And is that because there's not enough oxygen? to
Yeah,
last very
yeah,
long?
and he just had to get them down. Like couldn't.
I'd love if he just came back on like, whoops.
Dozed off there.
Yeah, we were over the airport. I didn't see it. I had to get my exit. But but they were halfway between San Antonio and Denver, which is pretty far. And he said, so we're halfway to our destination. We can turn around and go back, or we're halfway, so we can just go. Either way, we're going to be in the air as long as we have been. But I got to warn you, it's going to be really hot and really bumpy because they're 737 flying.
Why is
at,
it hot up in the sky?
Well, I don't know if you
Finish
noticed
his
that
goddamn story.
planes are not AC'd that well. Like when you're on the tarmac, you're hot as shit because they don't really have that great of an AC unit in the
That's why
plane.
they have you close the shades, the window
Yeah.
shades, when it's
okay.
a hot day.
Because they don't need it. They get up there and it's like negative. Have you ever looked at the
It's
temperature?
freezing
It's
cold.
like negative
Yeah.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's
like
what-
negative 40.
Yeah.
So they don't really worry too much about cooling the interior of airplanes. Anyway, so at 10,000 feet, it was hot and it was bumpy, and he said the pilot was not lying. By the time they landed that plane, there wasn't a single person, including him on the plane, that hadn't thrown up. And then when
Wow.
people got off the plane, they like fell on the ground and were like kissing the ground and were vowing to never get on a plane.
You know,
again.
the air is so thin at cruising altitude that I've read that if you, like, for example, experienced explosive decompression and were thrown out of an airplane at cruising altitude and were free falling, you would pass out and then regain consciousness while you're falling because there's not enough oxygen.
You'd probably be hyperventilating though, wouldn't you? You'd be probably trying to breathe really hard, but you couldn't.
Yeah.
Because you're in shock.
If you fell out of a plane, if you got launched out of a plane at cruising altitude, how long would it?
Sorry, I just thought of something funny.
Okay.
How long would it take you to fall out of a plane to hit the ground? 'Cause
I've thought about this before.
I'm only
did the
asking
math
this
once. I think it's like 4 or 5 minutes.
No, I don't think that's true. Because Felix Baumgartner, the guy who jumped out of the fucking the atmosphere, he was at 125,000 feet.
He faked that.
Well, he
Photoshop.
he went 4.5 minutes falling, free fall, before he pulled his parachute. And he was only at I guess he was like 30, maybe less than that, 1,000 feet at the point he pulled his parachute. So
Oh.
He didn't pull his parachute at 30,000 feet.
I don't know, maybe less than that then, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, even then, if he fell 4.5 minutes before he pulled his parachute, I mean, that you have to imagine from there, if he just went straight to the ground, that would have been maybe 6 minutes, right?
It's a good question. I don't know.
I remember watching this amazing computer simulation of a guy on a plane once where this was a really tiny plane and had quite a big window on it. I think maybe like a 20-seater or something. Apparently he went to the bathroom, came back, and like sat down really hard, so he went, but I guess the pressure cracked the window or something, and the whole window just went, and like one of his arms and his head went flying.
Oh, I've seen that.
And he's like holding on, and he's like, ah! But he's like got one arm. and the rest of them is out the side of the plane.
Jesus Christ.
That would be the most. I can't think of anything more shocking to happen after going to take a piss.
No.
Just be like,
Well, at least your bladder's empty.
Exactly.
There's
No speed of drip
at
being
least
involved
nothing
in
went on
this.
the seat.
See,
but
no-
it was such a funny simulation. Just something about seeing
I've
that
seen that,
computer.
yeah.
I was just like, oh.
See, no, Gus, like, you've always wanted to be in an earthquake, right?
Yeah.
Which you missed one in Dallas, right? Or what was the one recently that was close to us, but you missed it?
I think it was Dallas.
Last time I went to LA, I was in earthquake day one. I was there, and I was like,
You didn't tell me until now?
Gus is gonna be so jealous. I even tweeted about it because I was like in with all the LA people going earthquake, and I go earthquake. I'm in the middle of all those tweets. And I go, Gus is gonna, Atzerola is gonna be so jealous.
So,
and
like,
I forgot to mention it when I got
Damn.
back.
See, I'm sort of the same way about airplanes. Like, I would kill to be on a plane that did shit like that. Like, because it never happens, and it's like that to me.
What?
That's like
You're a lunatic.
let me ask you.
experience
Let me
like
ask
that.
you two horrible scenarios, and
Two
you have
horrible
to pick
scenarios.
which one you'd rather
Okay,
die from.
let's do this.
Assuming you would die from either
wait,
one of
die
these.
from. Okay, so this is the end of your life, leading in. This
No,
is the scenario
Jack,
that
it's the
ends.
fucking middle.
Okay. Of a really.
I'm
The
God
last
damn
half's
it.
really long and really shitty.
Check it out on IMDb.
So, would you rather have explosive decompression, Gus, and you get sucked out of a plane at 35,000 feet, and you fall the entire way at 35,000 feet,
Okay.
or middle of the Pacific Ocean, you fall off a cruise ship?
I would rather fall 35,000.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, also you can survive the fall.
Yeah.
What fall?
From 35,000 feet,
If you land
can
in
do
like a,
you can do things to improve your odds
But
of
he
survival.
he
But he said
qualified
you
as
will
saying
die.
that you will die. So
No, no, just
No.
the horror of either
because
one.
I would know if I was stranded in the middle of the damn ocean, I was going to drown. I'd be like, well, there's no hope because I can't see any land in
Yeah.
any direction.
I don't want to drown.
But
drowning.
if I was falling, I'd be like, oh, what can I land on here? Because people have landed on like shrubs and.
But he
like,
said you will
bramble.
die.
no.
No, I'm okay with saying you
All
could
right.
possibly survive.
So you can land
because
in a
it's
tree.
Not fucking true.
You could be slowed down by a tree and then land in like bramble, like that guy. Do you remember the guy who like his
You
chute,
sound like my idiot fucking friend.
his chute didn't open and he was just like spinning because it like kind of partially opened.
Yeah, it's a parachute. You don't have one.
Yeah,
You
but what
just
I'm saying
falling.
is he hit the ground at a similar speed to terminal velocity anyway. He just landed in some like really
Yeah.
thick plant and he like
But he
punctured
was
along,
being
broke
slowed
it.
down by the
Yeah,
parachute.
you're
would-
not at terminal velocity.
I would
Let's
rather-
just assume all you had is that nose
I'm
and that
sh-
bad haircut. That's all you got between you
Yeah.
and
This
the
would probably
speed
make
of
me
fall.
speed up, wouldn't it? 'Cause it's
like
the
airplane.
wind. I'd be really. I bet I could go faster than a regular human with this beast.
I wouldn't
Jack's
want,
beard would slow him
I
down.
wouldn't
That's
want to
true.
drown.
Catching the wind.
Even if it's a situation where there's no survival, I would rather fall.
Yeah. No, because at that point it's like it's like, well, I've got 1 minute to live. This is gonna
Yeah,
suck.
and at least you wouldn't-
yeah, like in water, you'd be like, well, this you could live for
The open water thing is horrifying.
you could
to
live
me.
for
Yeah.
a day or
It's
two
horrifying.
just floating.
Yeah, at least you
theoretically.
know.
Well,
You
maybe
can-
not a
you
day,
can
but
live-
a few hours. Just
Did you
floating.
know? I
You
don't.
could
Did you know?
keep
I don't
from-
float.
Really?
Everyone floats with a lungful.
No,
You do.
I float.
We are gonna float you.
I
You're
float.
gonna take a deep
I'll tell you right
breath.
now. I float 2 feet underwater.
Oh, so you're like neutral buoyant?
Yeah, I'm neutral buoyant at like 2 feet
So you have
underwater.
like a reduced
No.
lung capacity.
I don't know what it is. I
All
can't.
right, we are gonna make you
We-
float.
we'll
I
film
want,
it.
I want you to take the deepest breath you can, and we are gonna float you.
Okay.
Gus. And we're gonna
No.
put stuff.
I
on
do.
you
I
and
do have. I
sail
do
you
have a
down
little
the
more
river.
fat on
Yeah.
me since I last did this. So
Yeah,
this
you
is-
might have been just bones back then.
back
Everyone
when I was a
essentially-
skeleton, I couldn't do it.
Everyone has the same speed of sink. Everybody has that, and you're not an exception to that rule.
It would be the force of sink versus the force of buoyancy.
I have an idiot friend. And I'm not pointing at you because he's like you, but you're not the idiot friend. He actually said this. He said that if he fell out of a plane, he would aim for a mountain. He'd aim for a mountain
To hit the angle.
and he'd run.
The thing is, that would probably work.
Yeah.
Oh, it would not work.
It would work because you'd be like.
You'd be falling like
glancing.
this versus an angle.
No.
You'd be cracking.
You'd be glancing and you'd be slowed down with each one. You'd be
No,
like, up,
it's,
up,
it's,
up.
you'd hit it, and you'd be a stain on the side of Everest.
The first glance, you lose your left foot. Then you lose your right foot.
And then you're tumbling.
Your hip comes out of the socket. Your leg goes flying.
He was convinced. He almost wanted to jump out of a plane to prove it could be done.
That's like,
One of your friends,
No.
and I'm not going to name his name, was trying to convince me what a good idea it would be for him to jump off of the 360 bridge in Austin. And
Oh,
for-
that's, I can say who it is. I know who it is.
yeah, for us to film it.
It's Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking
He was
idiot.
like,
Christ.
and then you all can film it. And I was like, you would die. He's like, no, it's water. We're like,
Yeah.
are
It's
you
water.
stupid? He's
Scott's
like, yeah,
water.
you climb up to the top of the Pennybacker Bridge and jump off and survive.
Did you see the guy who jumped out of a helicopter and like what is the thing, like the bodysuit or whatever? Who actually he jumped out of a helicopter without a parachute and floated into a series of boxes and survived?
Like that squirrel suit?
Yeah. Like the guy actually he slowed his descent enough, and then he was able to crash into a bunch of boxes and actually live. Like he was going terminal velocity, which theoretically, if he jumped out of any distance, he could
now I
hit
gotta
it.
ask, What is terminal velocity? You use the phrase terminal velocity. What is that?
That is the.
That is probably the most
What,
misunderstood
you asking
term.
the
What
actual
is
speed of a
terminal?
human,
No,
or
I'm just asking. What does the term mean? Terminal velocity.
the fastest you can fall without any propulsion or anything like that?
Okay. What do you think the terminal velocity?
Yeah, it's basically that. It's like you can't
How fast can
fall
an
any
object
faster
fall
without being
under just
propelled.
gravity, right?
I would say that's like defiantly on Twitter. Most people think terminal velocity is the speed at which you fall that you're going to die for sure.
No,
Like,
no,
that's
that's
the-
not.
you
Right, like
die.
a terminal illness. Dumb idiot.
Like that, you hit that speed and you're just dead.
What is it?
I have hit the
Immediately-
speed of death. Is what
What
that
is terminal velocity? It's like 37 feet a second?
I think it's like 120 something miles an hour.
It depends on wind resistance.
Weed resistance?
Wind resistance.
What's the speed?
How much you smoke? Like fuck it, man. Whatever.
What's in this?
So that guy that
This shit's
glided.
terminal.
Everything's slowing down.
The guy that
man.
wanted to land down a mountain, was that similar to someone who would say if they were on a building that was collapsing, they would just wait until the last minute and then jump and they'd be fine?
Yeah, yeah. It's like you know you got to think the like the ski jumpers. Same sort of. Like, that's what he's thinking, right? Is like he can just gonna match
No, I
the
think that
slope.
would work actually.
No.
Yeah, I think it
okay.
would.
No,
Because,
no.
like someone will like do a BMX thing and like go flicking off a height and then they would like
'Cause
fall and then
that's
they'd hit the ramp.
The
and go
exact
down.
same thing, falling like 20 feet on a wheel.
But still-
on a wheel, on a ramp.
All right, let's say there's no wheel. He would just go, slide.
Have you
by
seen
that
the
logic-
video of that guy who got separated from his skateboard at that height and fell and broke both his legs?
Because he probably didn't
Well,
land in the
Yeah,
he probably landed on the dead
no, but
ground.
Gavin, think about all the times you've seen those, like, what are they, super cross guys? The guys that go out that do the Superman shit
Yeah.
behind. That's amazing, by the way.
Yeah, that's
People like those extreme sports. It's like everything is impossible until one guy does it, and then everybody can do it.
Like the double backflip on a motorcycle. Like
Exactly.
Travis Pastrana did that, and not everyone fucking.
And
did
now
it.
they're
Well,
doing
everyone knows Travis Pastrana now.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if you're being serious or not.
don't
Are
know
you being
what you mean.
serious?
Who the fuck is that?
Oh, do you not know? Okay, no, he's a BMXer, or not a BMX. He's
No one's talking to you.
He's a motocross guy. Thank you, Kara.
To be fair, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he does like Nitro Circus, and he's done a bunch of stuff. He's
Oh,
basically-
Nitro Circus. Okay.
I'm sorry that I don't know what your realm of knowledge is.
You don't know my realm of knowledge after all these years?
Anyway, the only
can't
thing
download that.
the only thing that kills you is sudden deceleration. If there's anything that can slow you down
That
a
is
bit
true.
slower, gradually,
Nope.
you survive.
I totally disagree.
survive, but-
You ever watch the guy fall off of a motorcycle at like 140 miles an hour in that tumbling he does? He's not decelerating slowly.
He
He's
is.
just fucked up.
Yes, if he hit a wall, dead. If
Yeah.
he rolls slowly and slows down, lives.
As,
No.
as sad, no,
Yeah.
as sad as that is, I do have to agree with
Unless
Gavin
he
on
breaks
that.
his neck.
When he's going like this, the guy's fine.
No, okay. So
Yeah,
if you're
like-
no, okay, shut the fuck up. If you're going 120 miles an hour and you roll a car to a stop, like a slow, gradual, like roll until you stop, you're more likely to survive that than if you were going 120 miles an hour
Okay.
and hit a
Yeah,
fucking
that's
brick
true.
wall.
Of course, that goes back to our conversation months ago about that shock that shuts your nervous
Yeah,
system off.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
But-
that's what he's arguing, and as sad as it is, I'm agreeing with him.
Hey, Kara, apparently everybody on Twitter wants to marry you because you know who Travis Pastrana is.
Wow.
Guess what, dude? She doesn't want to marry you. She wants to fucking marry Travis Pastrana.
Unless, is that Travis Pastrana?
No, I don't
Responding to her on
I
Twitter?
don't think he's busy with Twitter right now. But what I was going to say is, if that was the case in Supercross or whatever that is, what is the event where they do the crazy ass tricks?
Big,
Cross.
it's Big Air is what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
the big air ones.
Well,
yeah.
that's that
Supercross.
skateboard and BMX. That's the
I'm
giant
talking about the
fucking ramp.
motocross ones where they go way the fuck off and the guy goes Superman holds onto the back fender
Yeah,
and then
that's
gets back on.
That's Moto X. I don't know what they call it.
Whatever
exactly.
it's called.
Yeah, whatever.
If that was the case, when that guy misses the motorcycle, when he lets it go, he wouldn't go, I'm gonna fucking die now, which he always does. He goes, holy shit. He would just start running because he's headed for that ramp and he would just run down the ramp. He doesn't do that. He goes, ka-tunk.
Onto
and
what,
everybody
the
goes,
ground or the ramp?
Yay, the guy died.
Both.
Yeah, I've never seen those people recover once they lose
Right.
their bike.
Yeah, it's
Right,
always
this-
like,
this
oh,
is-
shit,
this
shit.
This
Yeah.
is how I see it happening. You're falling, you're gonna survive. You fall, dead, even worse. You die even faster that way. Because you'd be like,
It's all about angles. Yeah,
all
hopefully
about-
you have
Yeah.
a protractor in you while you're falling. You can measure the
No.
mountain and be
I'm
like,
saying once you lose the motorcycle, once the motorcycle gets about 4 inches beyond your grasp,
Yeah,
at that point you're a human lawn dart. You're just gonna go into the ground at any fucking angle.
but okay, say you fell off a skyscraper. If on the way down you managed to just like scrape into it, it would slow you down enough to probably make you survive.
how would you scrape
No.
into it? It's falling
No,
at the
if
same
it-
speed you are.
Okay.
Why is the skyscraper falling? No, I'm saying if you just fell off a skyscraper.
No, okay, if it was a straight up and down skyscraper, no, that is not the case. But if
Right.
it was a slope, maybe.
What I'm saying is you
argue
can
that
grab
case.
something.
Like if you're falling into the Luxor in Vegas and you're like rolling down it, that's one thing. But if it's a straight up and down, no, you're
If you
fucked.
like just grab the drain pipe right before you hit the ground, I reckon you'd be alright. You
You
would probably
would rip
your
your
arm.
arms out of
Yes,
socket.
but it would slow you down. You wouldn't just be like, whoop, You got no arms. You wouldn't. You wouldn't just have no arms. You would have like grabbed it and slammed it and then be on the ground.
God, you might have no arms.
Why don't we go test this? You said you would do anything if we film it, right?
There we go.
Did you get an iPhone 5?
No, I can't.
You've been looking at it forever.
You
Well,
can.
I'm waiting
You
for
just
it to
choose
be
not to.
I'm waiting for it to be unlocked.
Oh, okay.
Dude, the new iPad Mini came out.
Right. Are you going to get one?
No.
Okay.
I tell you what, I'm gonna get the new iMac. That thing is thin. Have you seen it?
Only at the
iMac?
edges. It's
Only the
thicker in the
edges, I
middle.
don't know. Yeah. I'm not getting it because it's thin. I just want an iMac.
That's the first thing you fucking said.
I was just listing something that was new about it.
See, I'm gonna
table, Gus.
I'm gonna get that new iMac. It's thin.
Hey, Gus, I'm going to get the new iMac. It's thin as hell. I'm going to get it because it's thin.
Oh well, it's thick in the middle.
I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit about how thick it is. That's exactly how that conversation just went. Here's why I'm going to buy this thing. I don't give a fuck about that
Okay,
reason.
how interesting would it be? I'm gonna get a new iMac. End of the story. Or they're really thin at the edge. They're great.
Thin at the edge. So why is it thick in the middle? Is that
That's
where all
that's where the components
that's where all
are.
the smart
That's
stuff
where
When
the
it
is?
eats, it goes right to the middle and balloons up.
Beer belly. It's
Hides
been
under
hiding
a
some
hat.
beers under a hat.
Yeah.
No, but like that. So the iPad Mini, it's like what's? It's literally like half the size.
When
of
does
an
the iPad Nano come out?
I missed this.
It's an iPhone actually.
I actually missed this announcement
like,
too.
so
So
the-
7.9 inches.
So it's like almost half the size of a traditional iPad, right? They say it fits in one hand. I don't like. That's a weird size to me.
I
That's like the
cringe.
Nook, right? Like the
I
Nook is
cringe
about that
every-
size.
Every time an Apple product comes out, I just cringe at the video they show where
Because
Johnny
you have to buy
Ive-
it all.
Johnny Ive and his stupid face and his stupid shaved head and the way he talks, like everyone's idiot. He's like, what we did with this product, we took it all out and it's just magic. It's like, shut
No,
up.
he had a great line in the
Wow.
video for the iPad Mini. He's like, "We didn't want to reduce the iPad. We want to concentrate it." I was like, "Oh,
Concentrate it.
Shut up! Shut up!
it's not a simple reduction. It's a concentration."
He got knighted. He's Sir Johnny Ive now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So people were really upset because in that same event they also unveiled a new iPad.
Yeah.
And the previous iPad was only like 6 months old.
Yeah.
So people were really upset that they had just bought one iPad and it was replaced in under a year.
Well, it's the iPad 3 now, I guess, is what it is.
iPad 4.
No,
4?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because they had the iPad, iPad 2, the Retina iPad,
That's
and
right.
then now
Which for some reason they
4.
just called the new iPad.
Yeah.
Everything's
So-
really confusing with the way they name
Yeah,
stuff.
iPad is the one Apple product I don't own. As far as like I would like to own one, but I don't have
Why
one.
don't you have one?
I
don't
used
know,
I
that's
used it
never-
pretty regularly because we would update the scripts and I would save them to a cloud that I had, and then I would just walk over and they'd be on my iPad and I could have that.
Cloud is awesome for that.
Cloud's pretty damn awesome for that.
Yeah.
I can't believe you guys still don't use Cloud for your Xbox stuff.
I would if it was decent and worked.
It's decent and it works. It's decent and it works.
But like,
some reason I
but,
just
but if
can't
you
use
save
that.
a game to it, it takes a while for it to sort of like
Yeah, I can
sync
save
up,
a game.
right?
We've already talked about this. I'll save a game, I'll go home and continue, and it says, oh, it didn't finish uploading on the other Xbox before you turned it off. It's like,
Yeah, 'cause-
well, how long am I going to give it?
Yeah. Can you set it up to turn off when it's done uploading and when it's done syncing?
I don't know.
'Cause that would be
But
like,
when
have
I
to
press
admit-
save game, it doesn't really mean it's saved to the cloud. It means it's saved locally.
That is true.
And then uploads after.
you
with,
would
with a
feel-
Skyrim save, they're like 20 megs.
They're
that doesn't
5
go up
megs
very-
each.
You
Yeah.
feel like if you power off, like it should use that feature where it still maintains low
Yeah,
power.
it does that with
yeah.
downloads,
Finish.
doesn't it? Where it's just
Right.
blinking.
It should finish the upload.
Yeah.
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 I don't know.
I feel ya.
I've still got mine on my thumb drive, but I don't know. Dude, I've been
Thumb
playing
drive.
this.
Who calls it a thumb drive?
Oh, Kathleen just texted me and said it's called Extreme Sports. Thanks, Kathleen. Thanks.
Are you still playing XCOM?
Yeah, I still am.
Dude, that
Not for the past like 6 days though.
No, see, I've gotten to the point now. I'm probably 3/4 through the game at this point. I got my psi abilities and shit.
Oh, that's
like,
good.
dude, the game is so much fun.
I love that game.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna stop playing now for Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah.
Like I've never really been a big Assassin's Creed person. Like I played the first one and I don't know, it didn't grab me like
Yeah, yeah.
other games. So I skipped all the other ones. But now it seems like 3 seems so compelling. It's like a reset. It's a new
Wow, so
new
you're
story.
jumping from 1 to 3.
Yeah, I didn't even finish 1.
See, I never played 1. I played 2 Brotherhood and Revelations.
How the hell did you play Assassin's Creed 2 that much and not go back and play the first one?
I've recently gone back and started playing the
You're
first
like an
one.
evangelist for that
I
game.
fucking love that
Didn't you make
series.
maps for the first one?
No, I made maps for two Brotherhood and Revelations.
I gotta
but-
tell you, one of the most fun experiences I've ever had in a video game was hunting down all those Templar Knights and fucking stabbing them.
See,
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear about it.
You're missing 1, right?
49 or 50,
Oh,
I don't have
that's
no
brutal.
idea. I mean, what,
Oh,
what am I
right.
going to do? Go
Yeah.
through every
But
location
On
again?
Templar Knights?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just
Start a new game.
that being said, I
Screw
think
you.
there are so they had feathers in 2, and then they've had like they had like different items kind of scattered throughout sort of
I
like
think feathers were pretty much the big thing in 2, yeah.
feathers were in 2, and then I forget what was in Brotherhood and Revelation.
I'm okay
but
with them just getting rid of that crap now. We don't. That was okay.
I feel you.
It didn't catch on. Nobody wants to do it.
But Assassin's Creed does it better than anyone else.
That is true. And also, like Revelation, if you got half of them, the other half unlocked on your map.
Yeah.
in
That's
the
the
game.
part I'm talking about.
That
Better.
was cool.
Why? I mean, let's face it, everyone. Nobody has fun doing that. Who
I
has
enjoy
fun
that.
thinking?
It does turn into work a little bit.
Yeah, it's just like a
little
job. It's
bit?
like
A
I
little
wake
bit.
up, I put this in, and then I go to work and get. And in GTA, it was the worst because it was those pigeons. You
Yeah.
had to physically shoot them. So
was
you'd be like, right, well, this pigeon's here, and the next one's over there. So I quickly bip this one. Oh, I got a wanted star. Police everywhere. God damn it! And you'd be like driving around dealing with that. I'd be like, right, where was I? That 5 minutes was one pigeon. It took me so long to get all
But
200
that
pigeons.
being
Did
said,
you do it? Did you do
that being said,
I did, yeah.
I'm very excited about creating a map for Assassin's Creed 3. I haven't had a chance. I mean, I made a map for Sleeping Dogs and one for hello, how you doing? And one for Darksiders 2. But like Assassin's Creed 3 is the first game that I'm playing that I'm going to be making a map for myself to produce content for it. So I'm very
Do
excited.
you ever do the thing with guys like?
I won't sit down.
Are you good at nailing nipples? Like, could you go on any guy? Could you go on Jack and
No,
be like?
I have no idea
"That's
where your
where
nipples are.
Gavin's pretty good at it.
Gavin is good at
How do
it.
I know that? That's taken out of context.
You
It's
did-
really
you did
fucked
it to
up.
Shane, right? Like every time Shane walks in.
Yeah, I think
You're
I was like
always
that
like-
far away this morning, but I tell you who's really good at that. Dan,
Dan?
the other slow-mo guy.
Go for it, go for
Alright,
it.
I'm gonna see if I know
Go
this
for
right
it.
now. See, it's hard to. I'm gonna go there.
You were close. It's like right here. You were like
Slightly
about
off to
half an
the
inch
side.
off.
Mine are tiny.
Are they?
Yeah, everyone's seen them on
Go
the
for
internet.
mine. Go for mine
Everyone's
right
seen
now.
them on the internet.
Bang on!
Bang on. That might be my favorite English term.
Yeah?
Bang on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone
instruction
on the
as well.
Twitter says it was flags in Brotherhood.
Flags, thank
Yeah,
you.
that
And
you're
there
collecting.
it was something. Was it flags and revelations as well? I don't know.
It was
But-
Animus
Yeah,
Fragments,
but
wasn't it?
I
That's
mean,
right, it was
the
like little
ultimate
stars.
collectible in any video game is what? To you,
Ultimate collectible.
like what is a quintessential collectible in any video game?
Hidden package.
Hidden packages in GTA 3.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
I mean, honestly, feathers to me is like that's what I think. I mean,
To me, it's those green fucking orbs in
Yeah.
Crackdown.
Oh,
There were
yeah.
so many of those.
Yeah, but they were on the
goddamn
map,
dudes.
Yeah, that's how
No,
we.
they weren't
No,
on the
no,
map
they
when
weren't.
the game first came out.
Not
So-
Crackdown 1.
Yeah, that's how we met
Michael, who we hired because of fucking Crackdown, he knows about this. No,
Mate, it was in
They
Crackdown
had,
2 where they were
they
on
had the
map.
green orbs and they had the hidden
of.
orbs.
You could radar
bullet-
blip the
but
map.
it was only
couldn't
like
you?
your little mini radar.
Yeah.
Trust me, because on Crackdown 2, I made a map showing off every goddamn.
I just got
it
in
was
a
like
chopper.
400 goddamn.
I just got in a
orbs on
chopper
that.
hitting up on the D-pad as I went around. I was like,
There
oh,
were-
there's a bunch of
nightmare.
in the
them.
original Crackdown, there were 500 green orbs.
Yeah.
And there was 100 hidden orbs, right, Michael? What? 300 hidden.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck, that's 800 collectibles
Yeah.
in that game. Fuck that
If
noise.
you get to the point where half of your time playing that game is looking for those
It's
damn
more
orbs.
than half.
Yeah.
God.
Why would they do that to us?
Here's what I like. I like unlockable parts of games. Like in Assassin's Creed, I hate the feathers, but I like the eagle points because I know where they are
Yeah.
and you just go to them.
That's always what I do first in Assassin's
That-
Creed.
me
Just
too.
unlock the entire map and then be like,
That's exactly what I do. I tend to do that in all video games, though. I explore first.
Yeah.
And I unlock, even in World of Warcraft, if I went to a new area, I'd go all the way around that area and explore the whole thing and
Yeah.
then get to work on
No,
clearing quests.
those sort of vision points, or whatever, in Assassin's Creed. That's like the first thing I do. Well, especially for me, because I go and I make those maps, so I have to like clear everything off and try to capture all that the screen and whatnot.
Is there
the
not beer?
maps.
No, I think we're out.
Are we running low?
Got one up there? Oh, Kara's gonna give me
So-
some more. She likes me.
But dude, I'm legitimately excited to start playing Assassin's Creed 3 and start
I
doing
need to
a
finish
map.
Revelations really quick.
I'm illegitimately excited to start playing Assassin's Creed 3.
Dude, the end of Revelations is fucking awesome.
I need to do it.
I without getting into spoilers, the last 5% of that game, the story told in that is some of my favorite gameplay experience I've had in the last
I gotta be honest.
decade.
Assassin's Creed Revelations is the only one I've put down a bunch of times. Like
yeah?
Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood, I just played all the way through. Revelations, it's not gripping me, to be honest. I'm sort of dipping in and
Well,
out. It's good.
I'm
but
excited. Are you excited about 3, though?
Can't wait.
Me too.
My
I'm
fe-
the same way, and I'm exactly the
But
same as
I-
him. I can't get into the Assassin's Creed 2, man. It's
Really?
just not holding me. And I know you
Dude,
loved it, but I'm
my-
excited about 3.
My fear,
Yeah.
my fear with 3 is that Halo 4 is coming out so quick after
Yeah.
it that I feel like I need to compress my game time with AC3, or I need to delay it till after I'm done with Halo 4.
I'll delay
Yeah.
it. I'm pretty good about delaying games.
I'm
and
looking
Halo
forward
4.
to Hitman as well.
I'm
Yeah,
hoping.
that's
I'm
coming
hoping.
20th, yeah.
I'm hoping, and I don't know. We never really happens. The only Halo title we ever got early, we got Reach like 3 days early. and I'm hoping we could maybe get 4 early. That would be like the greatest thing
I think
ever.
we got CE Anniversary like 2 or 3 days early as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even then, that's a game that's kind of already been played. But
Yeah.
So
I don't consider that one of the, honestly,
Why
I don't
does
consider that one of the
everyone call
main
it
5 titles.
yeah,
Collector's
yeah.
Edition, or Combat Evolved.
Combat
Yeah, but
Evolved.
why even bother with that?
So here's
That
what I
was the
always
name,
heard
it
about
was Halo
that.
Combat Evolved.
Here's what I heard about that. Always heard this rumor, and I don't know that it's true, but I always heard that the name of the game was Halo, and that it was changed to Halo Combat Evolved. So,
Hey.
Thank you, Kara.
Hey, thank you, Kara.
Alcohol.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
She shook up one of them. Which
Who's
one?
a famous BMXer?
I know one.
Any. Yeah.
Too long.
Kara's is saying.
No. What? Go.
What? Go for it. What? How are you standing right now?
But you know motocross or something.
Okay.
Dave Mira is a
Dave
famous
Mira,
band.
that's a
What
great.
does BMX stand for?
Evil Knievel. Kara
Bicycle
says Evil
motocross.
See, I use a lot of I use a lot of acronyms that I just have no idea what they stand for.
Yeah, BMX is bicycle motocross.
That's right.
Going back real fast to Halo talk. So, I want to mention real fast the Ford and the Dawn episode that came out last week, which was fucking awesome.
Fucking
It was,
holy
the
shit,
4th
man.
episode of Ford and the Dawn.
Dude, 3 and 4 have been fucking
The-
awesome.
that-
I mean, 1 and
seen
2 were
4 yet.
great.
And a little bit of a Ford and the Dawn spoiler, which is a little old at this point, so you should have seen it. The end of 3, after the tether gets blown and like
Yeah.
the people are falling,
Yeah.
that was fucking creepy.
That, I mean, like when the Covenant ships sort of like decloak, it's like, oh fuck.
it's like, what is that? And then like, don't,
Yeah,
don't,
yeah.
don't.
And it's like, man,
They, I really wish that had been like a Game of Thrones style miniseries that they had done, you know, and hopefully they'll do something like that.
Game of Thrones style.
Yeah, like a you know, Game of Thrones is like books and this thing. And
Oh.
I mean, I guess it's a series.
So is Master Chief in this?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was-
He has
yeah.
appeared
He pops
in
up
the
in
series.
4.
Is it the same?
He was
End of
very
3.
briefly in 3.
Is he voiced by the guy,
Yeah.
or is it a different guy?
I think it is.
Yeah.
He's in 1 at the very beginning, and then he's in the tail end of 3, right? And then
Yeah.
he's in.
He's in
Yeah, he's
4,
all over 4.
pretty prominently.
So there's one more episode left before.
No, there's 6 episodes total.
okay, so there's 2 more episodes left. They come out on Fridays,
Yeah.
right?
Man, that most recent episode.
Oh.
I guess I don't want to talk about it too much.
Oh,
Just
I didn't
go-
finish
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Combat Evolved rumor.
Oh,
So the
okay,
rumor
go.
I always heard about Combat Evolved is, boy, Twitter's great for keeping us on track. Go figure. That Combat Evolved was changed from Halo to Halo Combat Evolved for Japanese audiences so that they would understand what the game was, that it wasn't a clear enough title.
Combat Evolved is more clear.
I don't know. That's what I always heard. I always heard that. And then
Somebody-
Japanese audiences didn't embrace Halo in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Did you ever remember the list when they would publish how well consoles sell in Japan? And it was always funny to see how low the Xbox was.
Yeah.
Like at one point, Gus and I were like looking, the PS2 was higher than the Xbox, and the PS1 was higher, and the Dreamcast, and there was something called the Wonder Swan.
Yeah.
Remember?
It was the old handheld device.
The Wonder Swan.
Wonder Swan.
It's
It
made by
sold-
SNK, I think.
Yes, and of course all the Nintendo consoles. All of them sold better than the Xbox.
Yeah, the Xbox was always
Did
dead last.
did Halo Legends increase that in any way?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so. It was a good. I think it was a good effort to try to make that happen, but I don't think it helped with.
They had some like really quality studios working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm excited for Halo 4. I mean, like, and honestly, like, legitimately, I threw it out there again. I'm a little buzzed right now. Ford and Zidane, man, like it seemed like it started slow, but it was really like it was in like introducing these characters.
you have to be
which was-
invested in them.
Exactly, and it was one of those things where it was like it actually, you care about these characters, and like Lasky at this point, I'm like, oh shit, and like him and his lady friend, it's like, oh, there we go. I want to see what happens to these guys, and like, I'm curious as how it's going to end with all them.
Yeah,
and I know
and-
Lasky survives until Halo 4, and
Yeah.
it's like, how is he going to be tied into the game? Like,
Well,
what's
and
it
at
do-
this
what-
point, they've started like killing off characters.
Yeah,
Like, they
they-
spent a lot of time establishing them and making you invested, and now it's
Yeah.
like you're really like.
well, okay, like when you saw the blonde chick in 3, you knew it was like, okay, immediately this girl's
Yeah.
gonna die. Like she's dead. She's so dead.
Is the Flood as an enemy, are they done with now? Like, did
No.
we... What, why do
There's
we...
Flood in 4.
Well, no, the
There's
flood,
Flood in 4.
the
There's
flood,
Flood
they
in
sh-
multiplayer.
the flood they showed off in 4 was Infinity Zombies or whatever. I don't know,
Infection.
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 Infinity.
But
Infection.
why do we set off the rings? Why do we set off the array and in the end of Halo 3?
I'm not saying I don't know that they're part of campaign.
They
Yeah.
might, yeah.
I
that's the thing.
literally I'm not trying to cover.
What
I
was
have
always,
no idea.
What I never realized is that the Flood were only an enemy in the Halo games because obviously the rings were already set off before, like 100,000 years ago or whatever, by the Foreigners.
Go ahead.
Which killed themselves. I hate it when you say that.
Have you read the books? Have you read like
No.
Cryptum?
But
Okay.
from what I got from watching all the cutscenes and stuff, the Flood only became an enemy again because the Foreigners stored samples of the Flood for like study or something.
Mhm.
But why would they store them?
Why
would-
does
it's
the-
a classic example of like,
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
does the Center for Disease Control in the U.S. store smallpox and dangerous infectious diseases.
Yeah, but if you're going to use a last resort weapon, you would think to destroy those as well, right?
No.
You're going to wipe your entire race out yourself, but you still want to keep the samples?
Yeah, why not? For future study. I can
Everyone's
see
dead!
it by other people.
Have you seen the video?
A lot of the times you study something to learn how to destroy it better.
Personally,
Yeah.
whoever was in charge of the foreigners, I reckon they weren't right for the job. If I was there, I'd be like, flush them, get rid of them. Chances are the next people who find these guys are just going to be like, what's this? Dead. You're going to have to set up the rings again.
But would you really care? I mean, would you really care?
If I was the guy that pressed go on the, oh god,
the fuck was that?
that pressed go on the Halo
All right.
button, like kill everything button, I would think about
It's pretty
that.
much the only button that Halo has.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
to go
the one.
kill everything.
It's like kill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you
I
seen?
wonder if there was like, you know, at the end of Alien, where there's this giant procedure to detonate the ship, like she has to do all this stuff and then like pull out these things, like twist them and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
How do you think the
It's like
physical...
the orange monkey eagle of
Yeah.
Alien franchise. Yeah,
It's
go
like
ahead.
launching a nuclear weapon. You
Yeah.
have to like turn
turn
two
the
keys
keys.
on
Yeah.
opposite ends of a room.
Do you think to activate the Halo arrays it was that, or was it just
No,
like...
it's fucking
He puts his
handprint.
hand, right?
Reclaimer just goes, "But let's do
Oh,
it."
where is
Yeah.
that? Like, is that...
It was in the control room. You get the.
But where is that shown? In a book?
I thought it was in Halo 3.
It was also in Halo 2. Remember they put Miranda's hand on it and bang, it's done.
Yeah.
That was the index.
Have you
Yeah.
seen? Have you seen
You know, like
the
the
video
Halos.
of someone replacing Guilty Spark with Wheatley from Portal?
No, that sounds funny.
It's pretty awesome. Like the end of Halo 1. It's instead of Guilty Spark, it's Wheatley, and they replace all its audio. It's really, really funny.
So somebody on Twitter just asked a really interesting question. It says, that's the problem we're having with nuclear waste. How will people 1,000 years from now know that it's deadly? I've actually seen like the structures they have for burying nuclear waste and how they have like the symbols they make for it so that should our civilization collapse and we lose language, like it has pictograms of people and then people that are red and people laying down, like this site is dangerous.
But what if that's what people look like in the future?
that they're laying
This is
down?
like everyone's
laying
If
down
they're,
in
like-
red.
If they're slightly cracked over in half and like there's guts coming out the side, what if that's what everyone looks like?
Like, oh, cool, this is
Like,
for
oh,
us. Then the nuclear waste might not be bad for them.
Yeah, that
That'll be
point.
fine.
Yeah.
They
That's
build
their
like
food.
these obelisks, right?
It'll
that
be
they
like a hippie
bury,
restaurant.
They anchor
I'm
into the
honestly-
ground.
I'm not sure if like everyone was reset and humans were born again and then all that time later they found. I'm not sure that would translate. Honestly, I don't think that would work.
It's like the Voyager probe. Like they try to send out a universal message, and
Yeah.
maybe it's not quite so universal.
So what is
Yeah.
it? Nuclear waste. What? Because
like
I remember
they
the
say, like-
obelisks too. There's like it's like a field of obelisks.
Yeah.
Like stay away
But
from this place.
you can't just assume that humans would be the same. It's like they say, if a lion could speak English, you still wouldn't understand it. 'cause
We
it's-
talked
all
about
its frame
this
of references is so different.
on the Mass Effect spoiler cast.
Oh,
Is that-
right.
That's basically the story of Mass Effect. Is like that the way that the what's the
Protheans.
Protheans. Thank you. The way that they communicate was different than the way anybody communicated after them. But they just built all these warnings that no one understood.
What were the warnings?
They had like those towers that
The
people
beacons.
would touch. Yeah, the beacons.
Yeah.
And only Shepard was in the first one, in the first level. At the end, he goes to it and it gives him the visions of like everything being killed. But everyone else dies when they try to communicate with the beacon.
Right.
Because it just doesn't work.
Like
How
the-
do you
like the end
design
of
a
Contact.
key?
Why is it that in a game you always play like the chosen one? You never play like the marine.
That would
gets-
be fucking
Yeah,
boring.
that'd be
They
boring
should
as
just have a
shit.
game like
You'll
that.
be
Where
the
it's
guy-
just like, I wonder what. Oh, game over.
Game over. That was a great $60.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
now the DLC is to play from someone who actually matters.
So it's how do you design a keep out sign that would last 10,000 years? The Department of Energy is creating a vast monument to scare away future trespassers from radioactive waste sites.
The image on this article is Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone.
What, doing this?
doing the O face.
Yeah.
The scream.
I saw the greatest headline in the world. I think the first day we were shooting here.
Personally, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, let's worry about people for the next 1,000 years, and then if the civilization is falling apart, fuck them. Let them figure
Yeah.
it out.
There you go.
Well,
It's
Why-
like
why
it's like
put the
the
effort
flood
into
thing. That's their problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it's like how do they know not to eat red berries? Let them
thing is-
fucking
okay.
figure it out.
Yeah.
No, shut up. I saw a great headline. I think it was on CNN the first day we started filming here. I didn't read the whole story, so I don't know the full gist of it. But it was something like, NYPD officer accused of plotting to hunt, kidnap, cook, and eat women.
Hey.
Okay. Who? This is?
A New York police officer.
Okay.
I guess they discovered like online chats and discussions he was having about plans to stalk women, kidnap them, assault them, cook them, then eat them.
Wow, you get arrested for having this plans?
Yeah, sounds like a good weekend.
It was like the longest. Like every word was worse than the previous one.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It was like, oh.
Well, it was always like the creepiest thing I ever heard about was the dude that they arrested. They arrested Stephen Spielberg's stalker. And you're like, oh, Steven Spielberg's a famous dude. I bet he has people who want to give him scripts and all that stuff. It's like, no, this guy was stalking him for a while. And you're like, eh. And then you read the fucking article and you're like, holy shit, I never want to be a famous person.
What was the guy doing?
He just had like pictures of Stephen King and like had made
Spielberg?
Sorry. Made scenarios about Steven Spielberg, like rape scenarios. And he had a rape kit with like latex suits and handcuffs and stuff that he was like outside of
Did he have an anti-rape X device?
trying to get him to like into this rape fantasy that he had of
Did,
Steven Spielberg.
there was
It was unbelievably scary.
who was the guy who did Girls Gone Wild? Is it Joe Francis?
Yeah, Francis.
Yeah, Joe Francis.
He got attacked by a stalker in a very similar manner. That was kind of
Yeah, but it was weird. Like,
quiet.
but he got forced into a sex tape
Yeah.
at gunpoint. Like, I guess it's some kind of revenge thing for all the stuff he put on. That's what they
Yeah.
said. But then wasn't he in jail when he was saying all this stuff too?
Yeah, it was like really unclear and vague. Like
Wait, so he got forced at gunpoint to make
someone
a sex tape?
someone broke into his house at gunpoint, sodomized him, and videotaped it.
Fuck.
Well, I'd be okay with that.
You would be okay with
Penthouse.
getting sodomized
Yeah,
in
well, I
your
mean,
own
they're
home?
just making the evidence, aren't they? I'd be like, well, thank God you're filming this. If this was going on when there was nobody looking, I'd be like, well,
I don't think you would ever at any
God,
point.
No, okay, if I was at
Thank
gunpoint,
God
and I was
you're
just
filming this.
I'm at gunpoint and I'm receiving someone, I would be thankful that there's evidence of that, so I could. I mean, there's evidence, right? What if it's just a dark room and nobody could see? I'd just be like ruined for life. Ruined. Be damaged goods.
God,
Oh.
Spielberg had to sit in court and testify with the dude in the room
Oh,
Wow, that's creepy.
about messages he had received from the guy.
that's creepy.
Super creepy.
Thank God you're filming this.
Ugh.
Gavin, I love you sometimes.
Well, again, it goes back to his thing. Like he'll do anything as
Hey,
long as
hey,
there's footage.
As long as you're filming in slow
Dude,
motion,
if I
you
can put it
know.
on YouTube, I'm all for it.
I don't think you can put that on YouTube.
No, it's-
Unless you declare it like
Age gate it.
Yeah, age gate it, make it like
Just
So,
say it's
uh,
an
it's a
art.
medical
you can get away with
documentary.
anything if it's art.
That's true.
I was gonna say we're gonna be wrapping up in the next several minutes. I'm
Nope.
giving you my warning early so we can wrap up on time because we have some people who've been out here a long time working.
We already went to dinner, Gavin and I. We ate at Alvin Ord's.
I wish I had eaten.
Wait, you guys ate?
We went to Alvin Ord's. I asked fucking everybody.
I had
You
a
didn't ask
roast-
me?
I said
were out
no
there
because
chatting with
Kara
Wait,
was
so
supposed
you-
to bring
did
me
you ask me?
pizza.
You were up there with Joel, a couple of like lovebirds.
I
They
had a
were-
tremendous-
Did you ask me?
What were you talking about with Joel up there?
I hadn't seen Joel in like a week.
Yeah, but you guys were like.
Y'all were
huddled
making
up.
out.
Yeah, you guys were
We
like.
totally.
What's going on?
I had a roast
We're
beef
just catching
sandwich.
up,
The
man.
guy
He's
had
a
my
good friend of
shirt.
mine. He's been filming something out of Austin, so.
So
I
you're
was
saying you
catching
would have
up with
rather
him.
gone to eat a sandwich with me than catch up with your old friend? What a fucking dick you are.
No, but no, you say you asked everyone. You did not ask me.
Well, you seem upset the fact that you didn't break off your conversation with fucking Joel to catch up to go eat a fucking
I,
sandwich.
I've
with
been
me.
out of the office.
That's true. Did he ask Gus?
No, he did. But
Oh.
I've been out of the office. Why did you catch up with me?
Because if you were up there, I absolutely would.
If I was up there. So you went to
Yes.
Joel to catch up with him.
Yes.
I was right
get it.
here.
I hate this. In this group of people, there's now 20, 30 people on a regular basis that we work with and hang out with.
That's way too many.
I'm not asking people individually anything anymore. If you're in the room and I ask other people, you can either assume that you're invited or ask if you want to go, and that's it. It's too much. I'm going to lunch. Whoever wants to go to lunch. It's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal.
Okay.
It's lunch.
It's lunch.
You get
It's not that
snapped.
big a deal. I don't want you to go. You're too awkward.
That's fine. I don't want to go either.
I know you
I
don't.
want to eat in my car where no one can watch me eat.
I have noticed now that people go to lunch with each other in their offices. Like whoever they're sitting next to, that's who everybody goes
You've
to
noticed
lunch
that now?
with
It's been for like 2 years.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
like that for a
I'm not
while.
big
You
on
have no
lunch.
one in your office.
I don't
You-
sit with anybody.
Yeah, exactly. You're by yourself.
It's Matt, and I don't want to go to lunch with Matt. Don't make me go to lunch with Matt.
He'll make you wait 3 hours and say he's not going.
He's
Yeah.
the fucking worst.
He is the worst about that.
It's like if Matt's going to lunch, you gotta put a tether on him like the moon because he's gonna be gone, and you're like 30 minutes later, you're starving to death, and he's still like, "I'll be there in 2 seconds. I'm
See,
gonna check email."
Barbara started doing that. Barbara's in my office now, and she started doing that to me.
Luckily,
Nope.
I always have work that I can just drop immediately. Like if I'm in the middle of something, I can just be like, lunch right now,
Yeah.
right this second.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Listen, I asked everybody. Nobody wanted to go get a sandwich with me. Gus didn't want to go. I asked him. He's like,
No.
"I'll have a sandwich.
I don't blame you. I blame Kara.
I'll have a nosh."
That's true. Kara did say she would bring us pizza.
Yeah. And
We'll
then
bring
waited
you
2
pizza.
hours and brought
How
it
did you get
once it
down here?
started.
I drove.
Oh, you drove him?
I actually
drove
couldn't,
him.
couldn't remember that. That was weird.
How many have you had? Jesus.
there
No,
you
I'm
go.
good. I'm good.
All right, we're forgetting to talk about something. I don't know what.
I've realized I'm a terrible.
Check
person.
Twitter.
We
talked about Sandy.
We talked about
Hashtag.
the Lucasfilm thing.
Do you see those images of like water gushing into subways?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Mental.
it's crazy. The World Trade Center, like the location of it, like the photo of that, it was just
This
nuts.
is again. We can
Quickly
lump this all
on Twitter,
into
tell
Sandy.
me what we
No,
forgot
I'm
to talk
agreeing.
about.
I'm agreeing that we have talked about it.
I
Should we
realized-
talk about voting? Does anybody give a shit? I mean,
Nah.
are you
Fucking
voting?
Vote.
Go vote.
I'll go vote.
We had that musical episode of
you voted yet?
Red versus Blue.
Yeah,
I realized-
I've done early voting. I've done early voting in a state where I know which way our state's going to go, so it doesn't even matter which way I'm voting. So
That's
Either
true.
way.
Don't say
yeah.
it doesn't matter. Surely it matters.
No.
no.
Does it not?
This
Why
is
do
the guy
you
who
vote?
can't vote. This is the one guy on the
Texas
podcast
will-
who cannot
Well,
vote.
you can vote. It doesn't matter in the presidential election, but it matters in local
That is true.
and other elections, bond
So
issues.
yeah, Lamar Smith. That was so. My parents are very Republican, and I don't want to get into politics too much, but Lamar Smith is a guy who wrote
SOPA?
SOPA, which is the anti-internet or the what is it? Something.
Stop Online Piracy Act, I
Yes.
believe.
Which was a way to kind of like rein in the internet and sort of like fuck with the internet way too much. So I told my parents you can vote for whoever you want, just vote against Lamar Smith. So anyone listening tonight or watching or listening tomorrow,
I don't want to get too political, but don't vote for this
don't vote
guy.
for Lamar Smith. Fuck that guy. So other than that, you can vote for whoever you want, but fuck Lamar Smith. If you're in Texas and the Austin area, because he's like a local Austin representative, right?
Yeah, I think it's San Antonio.
Yeah,
But it's
so-
like this same.
Anyway, if
district.
he's on your ballot, vote against him.
I was going to
You
talk
can
about
vote
this.
for whoever you want.
I was going to talk about this when we're
Go.
talking about new Apple products. And whenever they announce a thing, they always like list all the specs of it, and they're like, and it's really green and environment friendly. It's got all these checklists, and I'm like, I can't think of anything I care less about in a product than whether it's. I don't care about the environment, dude. Because
I don't
This
either.
asshole right here.
if
No,
I could sacrifice all that to make my product, like say it just like every iPad that was made just polluted the hell
So-
out of the environment, I'd be all for it. If it made it more awesome, I'd do it.
I've got an interesting fact. I don't think I've ever
don't
talked
care.
about this on the podcast.
Uh-oh.
I have an interesting. I think I have an interesting spin on recycling and environmental protection. I don't give a fuck about it
That's an interesting spin.
because I'm not going to have a kid. So my carbon footprint and my environmental impact ends with me. All you people who are going to have kids, you have like this chain going on of damage you're going to cause to the environment. So I want the world to be as good for me as possible.
And you're
fuck
going to
everyone
die
from
when
this
you
point
die.
on.
and
Right,
anything
right.
after that
Anything
doesn't
after that, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
The
So
world can blow up the day after I
So
die.
you don't have any nephews or nieces or anything
Fuck them.
like
I don't care.
Dude, honestly,
Jesus.
I'm not convinced that life existed before I was born. Right?
Okay.
No,
I have
not
no-
right.
no.
Why would you ask that? Right? No.
I have no evidence anywhere that proves that there was life before I was born.
The speed of light, stars that are.
How about
fucking history?
How about everything?
Yeah.
How about every
History,
single
history
thing?
could have been created after I was
You think you're
born.
in the fucking Truman Show? What the fuck is going
It
on?
easily could be. Like, how do
Shut up.
Right. My life is only relevant to me right now, right?
No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because
your
I'm
life,
living
your
it
life's
from
only relevant
I'm
to you.
living it from this point of view, like just behind my eyes right here.
Okay.
That's all the
Behind
life
your
that
eyes,
that's
okay.
the
On
only
the right
life
side of
I'm
his
seeing
head.
right now.
And right here.
Yeah. And there.
And it's John Thomas.
Anything other in the world that's happening right now is irrelevant to me. Anything before I was born, I'm not even convinced it existed. What were you doing in
You were a
1987?
piece of shit.
What were you doing in 1987?
In 1987.
Yeah, because I was born in 88. What happened in 1987?
God, I don't know. I was in middle school. I was
When was the Challenger disaster? Was that 86?
86. Yeah.
There
I
you
was-
go.
I was-
Yeah, but I
Fuck
never.
you.
But I never saw that happen.
Sally Ride would be pissed off. at
I
you
never
right
saw
now.
that happen.
Chris, no, she would not. Sally Ride just died like last month.
Oh, not Sally Ride. Who's the
Yeah, I
teacher
lived
on
through
there?
events before you were born.
Christine
Yeah, but did
McCullough
you
or
though?
Thank
something
you.
like
I
that.
have no
you.
proof
I
of
can
that.
guarantee I did.
Yeah, but
Gavin.
you might have been created when I was born.
What's that? Really? This
That's
is like
wow.
Are we in like eighth
Jesus
grade philosophy
Christ.
class right now? Is that where we
I'm
are?
just- I think
I'm
about this
about to end the
sometimes.
podcast. We need to move to something
No,
better.
don't. There's
Yeah.
something-
Stupid ass
there was-
conversation.
Can we choke Gavin unconscious?
There
to end
was
the
okay.
podcast?
Okay. Interesting question came up. So next Tuesday, when we record the podcast, usually Tuesday nights. Okay. Next Tuesday is election night in the U.S. Do you want to have a live podcast, or should we move it now to Mondays because we want to anyway? Do Monday night. It'll be the last episode of Red vs. Blue season 10, so we can talk about Red vs. Blue as well,
Well, the deal-
which we never do.
Here's the deal. One, I don't think our podcast competes with the election because we've already gone up. We've already gone up. We've already gone up against a debate, and we didn't notice till after the fact. Two, I don't want to compete with an RVB launch.
But it's just, but that is the last episode. So get
That
people
is the
used
last-
to Monday.
That is true.
If we do that,
You do it.
Monty's going to want to be on the podcast.
That is true.
What is it? So what is that? To go talk about that.
No, just saying.
No,
just saying.
no,
Are you
no.
upset about that?
no.
Also, what happens if we move the podcast from starting at 7:30 to starting at 5:30?
It might be interesting. We should ask our viewers where they are
If only there was a way to do that. Go ahead.
in the U.S., what time zone they're in, so we can
So,
figure out. Because this is
how
late
would you
for
feel
us.
personally if the podcast started 2 hours earlier than it normally
That's
does?
3 o'clock on the West Coast.
Yeah, but it's also 11 o'clock at night in the UK when people watch it over there. So,
Fuck the UK.
no. Fuck
UK's
California.
The UK people just lined up for 4 hours.
That is
To see
true.
us.
I would
Yeah,
have
that's
thanked anyone who was
Gavin.
in the
No,
line for 4 hours.
I love the
Thanks.
UK. Don't get me wrong. I love
And
the UK.
insert coin clothing.
Don't fuck
Makers
the
will
UK.
find
You've been
t-shirts
to
are
places
basically
There you
such
go.
as Guildford.
Dude, I have been to the UK one time to Guildford. Beautiful Guildford.
We,
to like Criterion.
I've never
We
been
ran a
there.
survey and asked people what day of the week and what time they would like, and we chose our date and time kind of based
Yeah,
on
but-
that. But now that we've launched and people,
Whoa! What the fuck was that? What? Okay, Gavin just somehow shotgunned a beer. No drinking.
can we get
you
a
asshole.
towel?
It's leaking all over
Wait a
the
minute, wait a
floor.
The audio's got to
yeah.
be nuts. All right,
Oh,
sorry,
God
Gavin
damn it.
spilled beer all over the place.
There's a trash can like not even 10 feet away.
Thanks. Wow, I didn't expect that to
asshole.
happen.
great, I'm gonna get fucking pulled over for speeding now on my way back to Austin.
You're gonna
I'm
reek of
stink
alcohol.
Like beer, like no officer, I swear he opened the beer on me.
No, serious officer. I was on a podcast in front of
In a
thousands
bar.
of
We have
people
video
at a bar,
It's called the drunk tank.
and a British guy poured
Yes.
alcohol over me. You dumbass. Gus, continue.
What was I even saying?
They'll say, sir, I caught you going the speed of speeding.
Speed of
You're
drip.
going the speed of drunk, and you go the speed of jail to jail.
All right, so you think about what you were talking about.
Oh,
with the
I remember.
podcast.
So we already, maybe it's a good time to, now that we've launched and people are actually watching the podcast,
Yeah.
to address people who actually are tuning in and watching. Well, when we
All right, so tell us what you think.
I would like to
Obviously,
move
the
it
people
earlier.
watching it now are going to be less interested in us changing the time. But if you're listening to the podcast, would it be easier for you to listen to a live stream or view a
Watch
live
live
stream if it was earlier in the day? Thank you.
It would,
That's it.
it would definitely be easier on production. I mean, we have some great people who have been here for days, working like 12-hour days, and they stayed late to help us with the podcast tonight. Looking over there, I see Brandon, Lindsay, Carrie. I got some volunteers, Kyle, Michael. I don't know what the fuck you're doing here.
Hey,
got some
Michael.
volunteers over here. Volunteers up over there.
Some former
people have been
Guardians.
here a long time, working really hard. Thank you for staying. Lighting crew.
Yeah, the lighting crew.
Who stayed late unexpectedly. Thank you. And Brooke, who's back there hiding.
Hey, it's Brooke.
Hey, Brooke, what's up?
Thank you, everyone, for staying late.
So, a couple of things I want to mention. Next week, next Monday, is the last episode of Season 10 of Red vs. Blue. And also, this
And
week...
Kara.
There's Kara. Hey, Kara. This week, the second episode of the Machinima.com produced documentary about Rooster Teeth
Yeah.
aired.
Infonaut.
Infonaut is out. So
The
look up
Achievement Hunter episode.
Infonaut on YouTube and see this episode. They talk about Monty, they talk about RTX, and they talk about a lot about Achievement Hunter as well. They cover that part of Rooster Teeth. That's been fun to watch that come out.
It's been cool, man. How many? Is it 3 episodes?
It is 3 episodes
Okay.
total. And that's what I was going to say about Forward Unto Dawn. That's 6 episodes. They're all about 12 to 15 minutes each. It's the reason why it feels a little slow in the first 2 episodes is because it's a movie.
Well, they're
No, no,
also
no.
longer. The
Yeah,
first
yeah.
episode, I think, is 18 minutes.
No,
compared
like,
to
even
some
if
of
it
the
feels slow, it's well done. Where like because you're being introduced to these characters, and it's like
was investing you in them. Yeah.
exactly like you actually like these characters. By the time like shit starts happening to them, it's
I
like
already smell like stale beer. I don't know how that happened. It was like instant.
Listen,
That's
guys,
awesome.
people on Twitter, if you're watching the podcast now, I know that you like the time of the podcast now. You don't need to fucking tell me that over and fucking
Hey,
over again.
There you go.
Bernie,
I get it.
I meant to ask, what do you think about the Disney buying Lucasfilm?
I know. And they're asking that too. Also, how do we feel about Star Wars Episode 7?
oh man, what?
All right, well, let's wrap up.
Let's
because,
wrap up.
We're here late, and people need to go
Wait.
home.
So you already ate? Gus, have you eaten yet?
No, I haven't.
Once
Let me get
again,
some thanks, Kara.
people want to know, are we going to make a podcast Let's Play? They want to see more Left 4 Dead.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
I feel like we finally, like my thought was I wanted to get the podcast technology to a point where we were comfortable with it, where we improved. You know, we definitely had a little bit of a rough start. I want to get to the point where I was comfortable with the quality we were putting out, and I feel like we're finally getting there. So yeah, we're going to start introducing some new features, some new ideas here over the next couple of
So
weeks.
Gavin and I will not be there, basically.
not?
Because if we were improving the podcast, I would assume we would not be a part of it.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying we're both fuck ups.
We're gonna do a science let's play.
There we go.
That's a good idea.
That's a terrible idea.
Okay, well, anyway, thanks for watching, everyone.
Hey!
We will be back next week on Tuesday during the election night.
Yeah.
And as always, anything we talked about will be in the link dump. You can check for links there and see any of the videos we talked about today.
So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
I love you.
Bye,
Bye.
Beanie. Bye,
In a
Beanie, in a
special way.
keychain.
Do we have credits?